Welcome to the CrashOut.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the CrashOut podcast, Big 60, episode 60. Man, last week we had some crazy drama, but this week we have drama, but in a different avenue, man. We already know Speedstorm coming out with the new car season has everybody excited, but then they dropped a big bomb on us. Now, I don't know. It's looking
I hate
kind
to
of
break it to y'all.
dicey.
We are not live.
Hold on,
man,
hold
I'm
on.
mixing my intros and everything.
What about now? Does it show that we're live?
Nano, you almost a 10 out of 10 with this intro, man. Keep it up.
I know, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
there
This
it is. All right, we're live. I'm sorry.
God.
For some reason, I had it on private. That's my bad. Welcome to the CrashOut. We're live this time, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
People DMing me. Are we live? Are we live?
Guys, technical difficulties. We've been dealing with this for like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, man. We are finally live. This is take number 57.
Yo.
Man, I'm becoming the intro man.
Sorry, Sonic.
Now, man.
We literally out here rehearsing the podcast like we the One Up Jump podcast.
It's crazy.
Man, but it's all good. We're here. We're alive, and we're live. Welcome back, everybody. We are CrashOut Podcast, episode 60, Big 60. And last week, we know we had some crazy drama, but this week we got drama in a different avenue. We already know Speedstorm got the new car season coming out. But man, I don't know. Shit's looking dicey, man. They dropped the bomb on us. People got their panties in a bunch. I can't blame them. But, you know, we're going to talk about the Speedstorm shenanigans. You know, we also had some big matches going on in the divisions. So, got to talk about that. And, you know, we also got to talk about some of the stuff after that. But shit's going to be lit as always, man. Y'all already know my name, Nano_Blaster, but you can call me Nano. And hey, man, let's get into it, man. Mr. Caleb, let them know.
Yo, what up, everybody? It is Caleb Black Flash, number one SBO, number one AiAi. AiAi just released today, so you know I'm rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. Definitely, you know, as I'm excited for the new season in its ranked mode, but the battle pass changes was definitely something that I'm gonna give my opinion on. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about, so it should be interesting. But yeah, Sammy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
You already know it's the one, the only Afro Sammy Namikaze. I ain't gonna say too much. Let's get into it. I'm ready to go.
Poppy a Speedstorm. Yo, it's here with the CrashOut podcast. We about to, you know, get into it. There's a lot of drama surrounding the Speedstorm community right now. The community is torn. You know, there's a lot to unfold in this episode, and we're going to talk about everything in this episode, and including the things that we weren't able to talk about in the last 2 weeks. So it's going to be a jam-packed episode. We'll try to get through all the topics as quickly as possible for you guys, but we're also going to talk about it in depth, especially with the main topic being the biggest controversy that's been going on since yesterday, since announcing what is going to be happening. So without further ado, let's get the intro started and let's get these topics popping.
Welcome to the CrashOut. Put your seatbelt on me cause we about to lash out. If you hating on the crew, you getting thrashed out. Man, we going so fast, we about to pass out. Pockets for the gamers, man, it's time to ride out. Welcome to the CrashOut. Put your seatbelt on me cause we about to lash out. If you hating on the crew, you getting thrashed out. Man, we going so fast, we about to pass out. Pockets for the gamers, man, it's time to ride out. We covering the drama, we talking about your mama. We smoking on the ganja, we drifting in the Honda. We turning up with Sammy, one wingers with the family. Black Flash jamming like a lammy, Nano always understanding. Welcome to the CrashOut. Put your seatbelt on because we about to
All right, all right. There we all go. All right. So now we're gonna get right into it. Monkey, how we doing, Monkey? How we doing, Sonic? Monkey says, "Are we torn?" It seems like we pretty united on Gameloft being shady as fuck.
Hey,
Yeah,
you seen
know?
the official Discord right now? I just hopped in there and people crying. I'm reading these long essays right now.
Well,
Let's get into it. I guess the first what we can do, you know, because the video came out after our last episode, so we had the Disney Speedstorm first to look at season 18 cars. So I guess we can look at that together, and then we can go over, you know, the patch notes and some of the changes. So,
right,
let's check out the video. Yep.
Hello Speedstars and welcome to this new Disney Speedstorm update video in which we'll go ka-chow! Oh yes, get ready to give all you've got on the tracks of Radiator Springs with brand new tracks inspired by Disney and Pixar's Cars. We're also very excited to welcome 3 new racers that you've all been waiting for. The first new racer eats losers for breakfast. Lightning McQueen lives up to his reputation as the king of turns as he gets only minimal reduction in speed when drifting. When uncharged, Lightning's special ability is to get all the perks of a pit stop without having to stop. Guido appears on the track and performs a change of tires right there and then. Lightning gets a bonus to his stop speed, and the old tires are rolled backwards on the track as obstacles for opponents. When charged, Lightning gets into an impromptu photo op while racing, flashing his stickers for the photographers and blinding all the opponents in the process. Our second racer is happier than a tornado in a trailer park, Toe Mater. Toe's uncharged ability allows him to throw his hook forward like a lasso. If he hits an opponent, his hook attaches to the opponent and Toe uses that to pull himself forward, slowing down the hooked opponent at the same time. If he passes the other racer while doing that, Toe also gets a small dash forward. When charged, Toe makes things even more complicated for his opponents as tractor obstacles spawn on the track. Rivals who bump into one of those obstacles are slowed down and Mather spins 180 degrees to flash his lights and honk his horn, waking up all the tractors. If Mather bumps into one of the tractors, however, he enters autopilot while driving backwards. Our last new racer knows how to always focus on the positive. When using her uncharged special ability, Cruz Ramirez hops on a virtual simulator, spawning a whole area around her and receiving a boost and an increase to her top speed. Allies within the area also benefit from a virtual simulator and receive an increase to their top speed as well. When charged, Cruz starts spinning, leaving a fog behind her for a period of time. Opponents passing through the fog are slowed down while it lasts. This update also comes with a lot of new crew members from the Cars franchise, so keep an eye out for them. Grand Prix is a new type of time-limited competition featuring a set of solo leaderboard events. The better lap time you get, the better your rewards are. You'll get rewards for your position in the leaderboards, so try to complete the races as fast as you can. Some events will also feature milestone rewards. Again, the better lap time in the races you get, the more points you acquire, and the more milestone rewards you unlock. The first Grand Prix events are planned to have unlimited tries, so you can try to perfect your time as many times as you like. But in future events, there may be a limited number of tries available, so getting as much practice as you can in the first event is a good idea. Different racers will be required to participate in specific events, so the more racers you have, the more Grand Prix events you'll be able to take part in. Ranked is a ladder-type system that ranks players based on how good they race in solo multiplayer. You get points when reaching the top 3 in a race, and winning with higher NPR racers will grant you bonus points. The number of points you earn determines your position and what league you're in. But be careful, because losing a race means you will lose ranked points as well. So try to win as many races as you can to progress to a higher league. What are leagues, you ask? Well, the ranked system is divided into 7 progressively more skilled leagues, from rookie all the way to unstoppable, with progressively better rewards, and which league you are in will depend on your skill level. As can be expected, reaching each league up the list is going to be harder and harder each time, as you're competing with better players. But you'll also get better rewards at the end of each season before the points are reset at the start of the next one. That is, for the time being, because in the future, when a new season starts, you will be starting from the league you got to in the previous season. This update's mid-season racers are Mabel from Disney and Pixar's Hoppers, and Gogo Tamago from Disney's Big Hero 6. This season's free characters are Anna and Olaf from Disney's Frozen. The supercharged characters this time around are Captain Gantu from Disney's Lilo and Stitch, Dr. Finkelstein from Disney's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Dash and Mrs. Incredible from Disney's The Incredible, Ralph from Disney's Wreck-It Ralph, and Daisy Duck from Disney's Mickey and Friends. The new season vaults are racers from the No Toy Gets Left Behind season, featuring Lotso, Forky, and Emperor Zurg from Disney and Pixar's Toy Story. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the racing tracks with this new Disney Speedstorm update coming your way on February 12th.
All right. That is the first look trailer for the car season. What do you guys think of the first look trailer, at least?
Now, at least from the first look trailer, I did see some W's. I think one of the biggest W's are the supercharged racers. All of the supercharged racers are fire. You know, Dash will have a supercharged this season. Ralph, you know, Daisy, Miss Incredible, Gantu. I think, you know, those definitely, they're already strong characters. So with a supercharge, they're going to be even better. So I'm kind of excited to, you know, get those characters up there. Yeah, so, you know, obviously they show off the ranked leagues. It looks like for like each league you get like a special, like maybe like a banner or something like that. So I thought that was interesting. And then the characters' abilities, I think they look good. I think Toe Mater actually looks like he's gonna be very strong. He has an auto, you know, where he like freaking goes backwards. That's funny. But yeah, overall I think the characters look good. But yeah, what do y'all think about the characters' abilities?
I think the abilities look good. They all seem pretty strong from what I've seen in the video. You know, with Mater having an auto, and I think in my opinion, I feel like Mater might be a heavyweight character. He kind of seemed that way from what I've seen in the gameplay, but I could be wrong, and they all could be just midweights. I don't know, but I definitely got that vibe for Toe Mater to be a heavy because his handling did look a little you know, a little on the heavy side. I do like that his auto, he does race backwards because that's, you know, homage to the movie. So you know, they definitely tailored to the movies on the Cars characters. And then the mid seasons, Mabel and Gogo. Gogo was a racer that we should have gotten in a Big Hero 6 season. You know, we're not, you know, just saying, you know, just so you guys know, that character was already pre-made already. You know, it just wasn't finished, and now we're getting it as a mid-season instead of it, you know, being in the Big Hero 6 season, unfortunately.
Them cutting back to 3 characters a season. If it was 4 characters a season, we would have been had her. But yeah.
And the 5th racer's coming out next season, you know, per league. So, you know, we will eventually get the 2 racers you were supposed to get by next season.
Yeah, Nano, Sammy, what y'all thinking?
I kind of share you guys' sentiments on it. I will say though, Mater, he's giving me the. I don't know if y'all feel like this, but he kind of gives me like Queen of Hearts vibes. You put the
tractors down instead.
Yeah, some, and then you.
But better because
like auto.
Instead of relying on other people to hit it for you to get your auto, you can just run into it yourself. So it's like more control, I feel like.
That's true. So I could definitely see, you know, a lot of plays being made off of your own, you know, your own validity. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I like the characters and whatnot, and I don't know why, but I think I really like the passive that they're giving Lightning McQueen. The fact that he could
turn without decelerating.
Yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. So
yes,
he looks like he's gonna be like a midweight maybe. So I actually think that's gonna turn out really good for him. So I mean, all the characters looks pretty strong. So I like how they look.
Midweights, once you get them to level 50, they already have decent handling. So you have a character that Lightning McQueen potential level 50 with good handling, and he doesn't like lose speed when he's turning. So it'll be like to have like lightweight handling. Because it's gonna be big. So
and then he throws his hook as one of them too, kind of like a Woody and Rapunzel like whip. So that's gonna be
skill
cool
expression. Yeah. Tomater literally has a hook, so there's skill expression there, and he has an auto, and with obstacles. So yeah, he definitely seems like he's gonna be the character.
It's gonna be a problem.
Yep. So. And then they shut off Radiator Springs. Where y'all think we're Radiator Springs?
I definitely, before we get there, I definitely think Tomater might be the best character out of this season for obvious reasons. Like, as great as Lightning McQueen sounds, he's a gimmick. Where have I seen this before? I'm thinking about Tron season when Korra was supposed to get the passive. Before that, Teodama was supposed to get the passive, and that was broken for how many seasons till they fixed it? Korra's passive, is it even fixed? I don't think so.
I think it is.
It ain't, you said?
I think it is.
Is it?
But I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to test it out. I'm gonna have to test it out.
So I'm supposed to get excited about Lightning McQueen getting a passive when I know they have a history of releasing characters with passives and they broke.
Oh, I mean, you forgot about Rapunzel. Her passive was broken for the longest.
Exactly my point.
I think it still is broken because I don't ever see her hit people with the pan.
So for me to be like, yeah, Lightning McQueen don't decelerate when he turns. Nah, it's gonna be broken. It ain't gonna work as intended, or if that, it's not even gonna work until like several seasons down the line. And then at that point, we don't even care about Lightning McQueen because there's Peter Pan, there's whoever that's added to the game to show interest at that point, and you're not reliant on the passive. But I did like what I saw from the characters. They look visually appealing. They look like their counterparts from their movies, and I'm definitely excited for you guys to try them out tomorrow when the rank mode comes out.
Well, since you said
Radiator Springs look good. It does look good.
Since you said they're visually appealing, Angel, do you want to show off the alternative skins that they have? I believe I sent all of the.
I have them right here. I got them loaded up from the Discord. Hopefully they they look good for you guys. I can even expect and on that. That's the blue one. That's the dark blue one. We like that. They got the
red, blue.
You got the red Joan, and then we got the golden MVP, the black one with the black and gold,
Yeah,
And then we got the Mater, we got a red Mater one, y'all. Come on now, we got a red Mater one.
I'm gonna be rocking that one. That one's cool. I can't even lie.
Then you got him in the blue, the light blue. And then you got him with the darker bluish tone. And then we got the Cruz Ramirez ones, which hers, the yellow. We got her in blue as well. And then we got the yellow with the blue wheels, fire. And then we got the golden MVP, looking real nice with the murdered out rims with the black rims. Come on. With the gold trim, yeah, that one looks fire too. And those are all your 3 racers and their alternate, outfits that they can have. Yeah, Monkey Rapunzel has a passive that we never get to see.
Yeah. So obviously, everybody saw that video and we're all hyped, seeing the characters, the maps, and all that things. But after that video, they did post some things on Twitter, and I think a lot of people. We're kind of in the uproar on it. So the first one that they put up on Twitter was season pass update coming next. So I guess we can click on that and go over it.
So before that, they actually made us, hype because we thought it was something good at first, right? you know, they gave us the news about season 18. We're updating the content of the golden and diamond passes. Here are the main changes. There's that the amount of upgrade coins in the season pass reward has been increased. Now, when you purchase either pass, you'll get twice as many upgrade coins in the pass. Season pass now features pre-release racers, including mid-season ones that are usually harder to get. For example, season pass for part 1, season 18 will have Moana and Anna, while part 2 will feature Maui and Olaf. All brand new racers, along with their crew members, will now be available in special events and shop offers. Take part in the upcoming events to collect as many shards as you can. Other than that, season pass will have the same content as before, including season coins, season box credits, and various cosmetic items. Note that diamond pass max out features is here to stay. With the season 8 will let you max out racers such as Figment, Anui, or others. Our goals with these changes is for you to be able to unlock, upgrade, and play with previous mid-season racers in the future. As for the brand new racers coming every season, if you don't manage to collect enough shards to unlock them at first, there will always be more events and new ways to get the rest of them in the future. For example, we'll be having a special Lightning McQueen Grand Prix at the end of February, Tomators event around St. Patrick's Day, and Cruz Ramirez Grand Prix at the end of March. We're also planning to start hosting giveaways featuring different racers on our Discord. Please follow our server and socials to always be up to date. So like in the beginning, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, this looks kind of good. You more upgrade coins. Now you get to unlock mid seasons with these passes that you know are one of the hardest characters to unlock because they're mid seasons and they gatekeep them a lot. And then they gonna hit us with the all new racers, which are the seasonal ones, are to be available in the season special events and shop offers.
Problematic.
And like, you know, it was pretty vague. Like it kind of didn't sound at first like, you know, that they weren't going to be included in the season pass, but then they gave us another update that actually told us for sure they're not going to be included in the season pass, which is the biggest uproar right now. They said on February 12th, we're launching a new Cards Inspired season, introducing the racers Lightning, Cruz, and Tomater, and then the new racing environment. From the very start of the season, all players will be able to race on the Radiator Springs tracks and solo and team modes, as well as through season tours. As always, the new maps will also be available in private lobbies and local free play. Players eager to try Lightning McQueen early will be able to do so in Chapter 1 Season Tour, where he appears as a guest racers in a dedicated mission. Some Lightning McQueen shards can also be earned later in Chapter 6. A special leaderboard event will allow players to earn McQueen shard as rewards. A multiplayer event for Cruz Ramirez will follow on February 13th. And then from February 15th, special shop offers will be available for the cars racers that will become available. And later in the season, February 25th to March 3rd, McQueen's Grand Prix will take place. It will be our first Grand Prix event and a good opportunity to earn additional shards towards unlocking him. Next, from March 17th to 23rd is the Mater's Tell event to try to get Mater shards. And then after that event concludes for Mater, the second Grand Prix will also happen, dedicated to Cruz Ramirez from March 25th to March 31st. And that will obviously allow you to further opportunities to earn Cruz Ramirez shards. At the end of the day, these guys literally just stated that these cars racers will not be included in the Golden Pass, something that has been a thing for the last 17 seasons of this game's lifespan. The season pass, the Golden Pass, has always included the racers that are a part of that season. They're now breaking that with this season and season 18, and now nobody can pay $10, $20, whatever if you're getting the Golden or the Diamond Pass to get these racers in the pass.
You know,
yeah, we're cooked.
Three-headed monkey had a great point. If you want to play Lightning McQueen, just play, you know, him in the World Tour Chapter 1 over and over and over until he's gone. And then think about it. If you don't unlock the character during the season, you sucks, because now you're missing out, and two, you don't have the World Tour to play this character no more. So it's over.
Yeah, this is
you're gonna run to the shop, open your wallet, and pay for this character. They finally did it.
They're basically saying, hey, if in the Tales events that we have, if you don't unlock the character, you can try them out in chapter 1 at level 20. Nobody wants to do these characters at 1 star level 20. People want to experience these characters at their best. So just saying like that's like an alternative is a lame. Okay, 2, one thing they said in that tweet was there's going to be a Toll Mater Tails event. This is actually something that I was worried about if the season characters for the season are only going to be unlocked in Tails, and it looks like that is the case for certain characters, which is bad because mid-season currently, like this season, this what was the mid-season racers, Emperor's New Groove. It was hard to get those characters, literally because the Tails event, I think you can only get so many shards. I think I got 5 shards, and then basically the only way you can get them is by getting those gambling boxes. And if you don't get the shards in the gambling boxes, you just don't get the character. So if this is what's going to be the new standard for like the new season characters, that's not good, because that means a lot of people will not be able to get the character of the current season. That's not good. And obviously they're like, oh well, we have these events, these events on certain days where you can get shards. What if you miss those days? Does that mean you just don't get the character? At least with the Golden Pass, right? If you miss some days, or maybe you joined the season 3 weeks in late, no matter what, if you buy the Golden Pass, you'll get that character. But now it's like you could play the Lightning McQueen, or you could play the card season to potentially not get any cards characters, because they're basically locked behind either a paywall of the quote unquote shop offers, or a Tails event, which is so unfair, where only the person who gets first, second, or third gets shards, essentially, out of like 60,000 people.
At this point, technically, they're in a battle pass. Shit, are they? I was thinking maybe these characters would go to tournament mode when the season's done and a couple seasons pass by, but wouldn't it just be the mid seasons that move over to tournament mode now?
Maybe, yeah, probably. I know
you can't even get these characters. Think about it. 3-Headed Monkey's right. These characters just became mid-season races and they season racers.
Yes, they swapped it. So now the mid-season racers are now the Golden Pass characters. So, but season characters are now mid-season.
But these mid-seasons are already characters that some people already have unlocked.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
they're not
you
really
already
new
have
mid-seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all think
Bro, just go back to the trial races, bro.
They want you to pay for something you already have.
I don't care about you casual. Just get good. Just get good. Straight up. Just get good. Get in the top 10% and get your shards. If you missed out, you missed out. So what? But see, we got to cater to everybody. Now everybody's got to pay.
So do y'all think the mid-season race that they're gonna put in is probably gonna be like Daisy, Minnie, Steamboat Mickey, mid-seasons that are like super old from the beginning?
They'll put like Rapunzel, probably Cinderella, those type of mid-seasons. Because, they got Maui and Moana, which is dope. Because, potentially being able to max out Maui and Moana, I think that's awesome. But, like...
Not at the expense of not being able to get, the seasonal racers that are the highlight of your season.
Yes, exactly. And, it's like I already have Maui and Moana at, 4 stars, 5 stars. Because, throughout time... I've been doing, different things so where I can get shards. So I eventually got them and leveled up to level 40. So it's like, what am I actually getting when I get the Golden Pass now? Just some upgrade tokens now? And here's the thing that
extra season coins. Y'all
but here's the thing,
coins, right?
Yeah, you still can get seasonal coins to open up their boxes. But it's not. But even then, seasonal coins to open up boxes is not guaranteed that you get the racer. When you bought the pass, you automatically unlock the racer as soon as you bought the pass. As soon as you buy the pass. So now, when you buy the pass, you're not gonna get that beautiful animation of unlocking the racer of that season for that specific part.
And what about crew member? Because here's the thing: people aren't realizing. Yes, these quote unquote Tails events or limited time events will give you the chance to get some shards for that racer. But what about the crew member? Because usually, you get crew member through the Golden Pass because they're part of that season. But if the characters aren't part of the Golden Pass anymore, then or is the Golden Pass just going to give you shards from Moana and Maui, and not any of the Cars characters? You know what I'm saying? So you potentially could unlock, Lightning McQueen, but then not have any crew member for him with these events.
Yeah, they made these events to the point where, like, look, Gameloft, I will say this right now. As a well in your game, because everybody knows One Winged Angel is a known well in this game. I wasn't always. I was just a season pass buyer and that was it. But eventually I fell in love with the game and I just wanted to have everybody, souped up, maxed out, whatever, and I'm a content creator, so I want to like show the racers at the full potential. But watching this right now, Gameloft is going into this thinking the whales are just gonna buy the shit anyways, regardless if the season pass has the racers or not, because they're whales, they'll buy anything. I'll tell you right now, for me, as one of the whales in this game, I'm not buying the pass because it's not because I don't need it, but because I'm trying to prove a point that there's no value in this pass with them not including these seasonal racers. And they're not going to get money out of me by trying to one up everybody. That's including free to play, that's including everybody else. Like, Gameloft has been doing this for the last 2 fucking years of this game existence. They did it when they took away the ability to buy season passes with your blue tokens, and then they did the bullshit with what was it, removing to 2 racers. So now you only got 3 season racers instead of 5, and now you're taking away the seasonal racers from the Golden Pass. Like, you already seen the big controversy about not being able to buy Golden passes with your blue tokens a year or so ago. I think it was a little over a year. When they did that, it was a huge uproar. Everybody was not happy.
Half the player base left at the
half
time.
the player base, like majority of the player base, left because of that. And now you're doing something that's probably worse than that right now, and that was bad already.
And remember, they delayed that season because of the backlash too, bro. IGN was covering it. Everybody, like, I was surprised how many people were covering that story. It was like IGN, I think Forbes was covering it. Everybody you could think of was covering that. And they coming back again and doing the same thing.
You know what it almost seems like? It almost seems like they're like, oh, we gave you guys too much last season, so we cutting back. Because for an example, like for the Zootopia season, because I got the Golden Pass, I was able to get season tokens, and I was able to use those season coins or whatever in order to get some of those instant star up packs. So like for Flash, for Nick Wilde, Judy Hopps, I literally got 5-star instant star up packs for each one of them because they were part of the Golden Pass and because I was able to use my season tokens on their boxes. But if the Cars characters aren't a part of the Golden Pass anymore, I won't be able to do what I did for Zootopia characters for the Cars characters. So does that mean there's not going to be any 5-star opportunities because I can't use season tokens on Lightning McQueen? I just have to pay for them or do a Tails event. I can't even use season tokens on them anymore. Like, I don't think that's good. It's just...
It's not like Gameloft, like, in the beginning I was hyped that you were including mid seasons because that will help the player base that don't get the opportunity to unlock these mid seasons, because these Tails event, I'm sorry, they're really trash to unlock mid seasons. Y'all need to stop doing Tails events for mid seasons. I'm sorry, Gameloft. Y'all need to go back to the formula of the early access days where 100% of the player base will still be able to get 10 shards. I remember when people used to be able to get mid seasons even if it didn't do so well on a time trial, because you will at least get 10 shards for the top 100%. That used to be a thing in early access, guys. And those new players that never experienced that, from an OG player, you used to be able to get mid seasons through a time trial that was, I believe it was regulated too. It wasn't unregulated. And you was able to still get, 10 shards to unlock said mid seasons without, having to pay a box, without having to do no bullshit. And then you also had, once you did get the 10 shards, there was also another event that was solo. There were like just challenges, like, hey, complete, do 3 side bashes or whatever, the common, missions that they are. But it was a mid-season tailored like section that will also get you shards too. They don't include that no more. Everything's all Tails based. We all know Tails is full of AFK farmers, people that just sit in the finish line just to accumulate points. They're not even racing. They're not even trying. They're just literally AFK farming points, and that makes it unfair. And that makes it to the point where players that actually are trying to grind this because they need the shards to get the racers are being game capped by that, and Gameloft ain't doing nothing about it, which makes the Tails event not worth it at all unless you're playing 24/7. And then at that point, you're gonna burn yourself out playing this game, racing 24/7 to try to get to the leaderboards to get enough shards to unlock a mid-season.
Yeah, I believe even if you get like top 100, you only get like 5 shards. So you could potentially grind all day and still only get half the shards you need to unlock the character. It's bad. The Tails event stuff. I believe it's like first, second, third, and then it's like 3rd through 10, and then 10 through 200. In that 10 through 200, you don't even get that many rewards. So nobody's really winning with it. So this is kind of...
just to piggyback off the Tails event, this Grand Prix event that is supposed to give us extra shards, it's also probably going to be unregulated. So that's also gatekeeping the free-to-play players, because now the people that are going to be at the top of these time trials are people with level 50 maxed out racers. So even then, you have the opportunity to earn it, but if you don't have a level 50, guess what? That opportunity is now null and void.
Yeah, they had the nerve to show Yzma in the video showing off the new season. And it's like, I don't, how am I supposed to do this Yzma Grand Prix if I don't even have her? Because I wasn't able to get enough shards through the Tails event. So it's like, yeah, they playing in our faces. It's crazy how they did this. They get us hyped for the ranked mode, which I'm excited for, and then they're like, it's like a mixed bag of negativity because they do this. Now obviously the new season is in some hours, I believe at 3 a.m. So I guess we'll get to see. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a kind of bitter taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I agree. And this is me as a Wells speaking, guys. Like, there's a lot of hate with Wells, and I'm not advocating because there's a lot of Wells that would just buy stuff and they don't really care. But I care because I love this game, and I'm a Well because I love playing this game, not because I just want to spend and spend and spend. That's not the case. Like, I want to see this game grow. I want to see this game prosper and do good. But these practices are literally killing this game, the game that I love. And I'm very passionate about this game because it's one of the best kart racers I've ever played. And the fact that a company in corporate greed is literally driving this game down to RIP mode is crazy to me, because they can make money off this game and not nickel and dime all the players in this community. Dreamlight Valley has proven that even though it is a paid game, you can grind everything in that game to have everything. You don't gotta buy boxes. You don't have to, you could buy DLCs. You know what I'm saying? But buying the DLCs, you can just grind everything on the DLC when you buy it. It's not like, you buy the pass and Speedstorm and you still gotta buy boxes and you still gotta do things, in order to max out your crews and whatnot. Like, and Dreamlight Valley is one of the top grossing games for Gameloft. So why is it that they didn't go that route with Speedstorm, knowing that they could do the same thing with Speedstorm and still be profitable? All this nickel and diamond and taking shit away from us is not making this game profitable for you guys. You're just hurting your pockets.
And this
and the gambling part too, because it's like, why do I need to open up 30 boxes in order to? Oh, if you open up 30 boxes, then if 30 pulls, then you'll get the character. It's like, why not just allow me to be like, all right, let's just have this character be $9.99. Oh, you want Lightning McQueen $9.99? I am cool with that. If that's the standard, if I have to pay $9.99 to unlock a character, fine. But what I don't want to do is sit up here and gamble, $40 worth of boxes and then still not have the character. That's fucked up. That you could potentially, use $40 worth of boxes and get nothing but crew when you're trying to get shards for the character. That's not right. Y'all can make money just by just charging $10 for the character. Why do we have to do gambling in order to get the character?
Gameloft, you could have went the cosmetic route instead of paying for racing. We pay for cosmetic. You know, the one thing about racing games that people like to do is show off their drip. If you would have gave us alternative cards, skins for the racers themselves, I guarantee you that shop would make you a boatload of money because people love Disney. People will love alternate outfits. Can you imagine racing as Wizard Mickey because you bought the skin for him? You know what
Don't say that. Don't say that like they didn't have deluxe cards in the game.
Yeah, but you know, and those deluxe cards were fire. They were fire, and I had no problems buying those.
The whole idea, I don't know why. And they started giving away remember, they had people pay for deluxe cards, and a couple months later, they was giving away those same deluxe cards for free.
Yeah, that's like a slap in the face right there to everybody that bought those deluxe cards. That's 100% a slap in the face, and they're gonna keep doing this. Like, you know, I try to give these guys chances after chances, but like they're every single time you think they're gonna do good, they disappoint you, and they disappoint you in the worst way possible. It's not like a small disappointment. It's like they do something to be like, damn, yo, you're really killing this game.
And that's why I left, because I knew it was a matter of time before they pull some bullshit. Mind you, I was keeping up with the loop of the news and with like what's happening with the game, and then I was kind of excited for you guys that get to try out the new rank mode. I was gonna watch you guys stream it tomorrow and see how you guys feel about it, your reactions, what's your takeaways. And then they gotta drop this shit. Oh, in the fine print, you missed it. Well, now you gotta pay for all this extra shit because it ain't gonna be easy and accessible like it used to be. And it's like, when will you guys finally learn? When you lose half your player base again?
I think the community has to put up some boundaries. It's almost like this, like a toxic relationship where somebody is testing the boundaries and seeing what they can get away with. Oh, you know, if I cheated them 10 times, will they still stay? Gameloft is basically seeing what can we get away with and have players still stay and pay out. Eventually, you're gonna have to draw that line in the sand and be like, no, we're not gonna tolerate, you know, this or that. Because they definitely are testing the waters, and if, you know, they keep, you know, pulling more and more and more, people are staying, they're gonna keep seeing how far they can go. And I think they definitely cross the line here. So, you know, I think
honestly
we have to put our foot down.
I said this,
I agree.
What, 11 seasons ago, before season 7 dropped, I said we should all stop playing the game and send a message. And half the player base left, and the other half stuck around, kept playing, and Gameloft was like, okay, at least we know the half of you that stayed will put up with this. Nah, this time it needs to be over.
It's kind of like a dictatorship.
All right, hold on. So, I'm not saying, I'm actually more on the side of you guys, but just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What if they made it to where you can't get the characters in the Golden Pass anymore, but majority of the people will be able to get all of the characters as long as they, you know, put in, you know, some time in the game next season.
Nah, if they're gonna take the characters out the Golden Pass, everybody gotta do a time trial to earn these characters. That's it. If you hit top 10%, you get the shards.
No. That is the worst thing they can do, Sammy. That is the worst thing that they could do.
That's how we was doing it before early.
No, that was only for mid seasons, and everybody still got them, Sammy. You still, even if you, all you had to do was participate in the time trial. Even if you got the last time, as long as you was a top 100% and you participated, you at least got 10 shards back in the day. So
yeah, but Angel, there's a reason why they changed it from everyone getting it to only top 10%.
Because they
it wasn't top 10, it was top 20. It was top 25. I think top 10%. 10% is if you got a lot of shards, like 30. Top 25, you would still get 10.
And it came with a lot of epic shards.
Yeah, like before that model.
I don't remember hitting every.
No. This was before early access. I know a lot of you guys started and free to play early access. And early access before they changed it to where it was like top 20%. You got the 10 shards. It was top 100%. It was. I remember in the Toy Story
I've been
season.
saying it, man.
Yeah,
But even the getting top 25% more is better than the Tails events they have today.
Oh, I mean, 100%. The Tails event is basically, if you're not playing this game 24/7, you might as well just don't even bother trying to do the Tails event, which sucks. At least with the time, you got opportunities and you always get shards.
But what I was gonna say is, what if they make it to where it's a mission based? So let's say,
Nano, they already said it's not mission based. That's what we're getting at, Nano. They already told you how you're gonna get these shards.
Yeah,
so they said they was gonna be time trial based.
It's like basically the Grand Prix are gonna be for some. Mater's gonna have a Tails event, which already you know how hard it is to get shards in a Tails event because it's pretty much gate capped by AFK farmers. And then the Grand Prix stuff is gonna be gate capped by people that already have maxed out racers. So if you're a new player, for example, if you're a new player coming in for season 18 because it's cars, you have no chance to enter a Grand Prix to get shards. You have no chance in Tails to get that racer. So if you're our new player, right, they are thinking about getting into this game because of cars, unless you're paying for the boxes, and obviously, you know, the season pass, because I guess the Golden Pass will still get you coins to go for those boxes, you're not gonna get this. You're not gonna get the racer.
So what you're telling me,
you know what,
is Gameloft said they're gonna be on their BDS shit. They're gonna tie everybody up.
They ain't tying me up. I'm done playing.
They're gonna hold a rocket propelled dildo to shoot in your ass.
It ain't me now.
Damn.
Yeah, and then while they're doing that, they're taking your wallet and taking all your money.
It ain't me. I ain't playing this game no more. They ain't doing that to me, bro. No Vaseline. Shout out to Ice Cube.
Yeah. What about the Diddy bottles, man? Damn.
Yeah, man.
More champagne, champers.
I don't know about this. I don't like being chained up and whipped. So you know.
Yeah, I don't like to feel force of me having to do something in order to be able to get a set racer. You know what I'm saying? I was content with buying the passes at only $10. That was the system for the last 17 seasons. It worked. I don't know what in the right mind thought.
They need to rewind and go.
Right, hold on. I can still play devil's advocate.
Fuck devil's advocate.
Hold on.
Bring back the fucking tokens conversion.
You, Sammy, you know they're not doing that shit. Bro. I don't even know why you're asking for that. You know they're not doing that. But what if they make it to where almost like damn near everybody or almost everybody could get the characters, but the higher you are, you just get like 1 million fucking shards.
I get what you're saying.
Good.
I get you're saying essentially in these events that they have to unlock the cards racers, maybe they're more generous than the Tails events. So maybe you know. Yeah,
I mean, do you really think so?
You know what? Hold on.
I don't know.
Wasn't it the thing?
Wasn't it the thing? Hold on. Wasn't it the thing that Gameloft was quote unquote getting better?
They were. Past tense.
They were, yeah, they were. They were.
Let's see what. So what if it's actually better than what people are saying, and they throw eggs on everybody's faces, and they're like, see, do y'all still want to pay the $10 for the characters, or do most of y'all want to get them for free?
Look.
No, this ain't April, bro.
I mean, look, that sounds good. That sounds great. But Gameloft is not doing that. I mean, if they do, and everybody's able to unlock all these seasonal racers, you know, easily without having to sweat and having to have a maxed out racer in order to compete to be able to get them. I can say that would be a positive, because that means you don't gotta spend $10 because you could get all these racers, you know, and by grinding. But you know, with Tails and these Grand Prix events, these are all paywalled events unless they're regulated. But you know, they haven't done regulated time trials in I don't know how long. So you know, at that aspect, you know, I don't think it's gonna be an even playing field. Now, I mean, I'll even argue and be like, okay, if they let you do the world tour and you can unlock 10 shards within the first chapter, then I could be like, all right, Gameloft, you got something there, because that means everybody can do chapter 1 without having to pay $10 and get the racer. That okay, I can say that would be cool. But
they say it's not a world touristy girl.
Hold on. They said Lightning McQueen's in chapter 6. They said,
you missed the 6 get gate capped.
Yes, it is gate capped. And here's the thing: even though Maui and Moana are the Golden Pass characters, we're still going to have mid-season requirements. So Gogo, Tamago, and the Beaver are going to be the mid-season racers for this season. They're not going to be a part of the Golden Pass.
Yeah.
So you're literally locked behind the paywall. In order to get Lightning McQueen shards in chapter 6, you'll have to get the mid-season racers that are also locked behind the Tails event.
You know what this shit sounds like to me?
Hold on, but what if
like to me?
Yeah.
Remember how this bullshit started happening in season 7? I feel like the guy that was in charge of Gameloft went on vacay and said, "Oh guys, I'm back," and pulled this bullshit this season.
So what if they make it to where to do the time trial events, you have to use the mid-season racers that are in the Golden Pass?
I can see them doing that just because that's what they always done. You know what I'm saying? Like chapter 6, all up until this season as well, it has been you have to have a level 40 racer. You know, part 1 was what, Judy, right? So you had to have used Judy at level 40 to get, you know, the chapter 6 done. So like, are you saying Maui level 40 they get that whatever chapter 6 racer it is? And also,
Maui
well, it's Moana first. It's Moana first.
Hey, let me play devil's advocate, right? They adding in this new rank mode. What if they said, you know, fuck all this shit. Not everybody can get these races anymore. If you want these racer shards, you got to get the top rank positions. You got to be on the top 100 leaderboard.
I still think that would be gate kept because again, for new players, they are going to be gate kept. I'm trying to think about this in a sense of newer players that don't have as much racers as the veterans that have been playing since day one.
Sounds like they're paying for tournament mode.
And you know, that's bullshit too. That's still bullshit. Like, and even for chapter 6, they said Lightning McQueen, you can get some shards in chapter 6. Yep. So that means you're not even gonna get the full 10 shards in chapter 6.
No.
There is no concrete free-to-play way to unlock this racer. As from what I've read.
That means if you're gonna get some, that means you gotta wait till the next half of the season to get the other piece.
Yeah, when the end of March, you know what I'm saying?
And you know, Monkey put a good point.
You can even get it too.
Yo, Monkey put a good point. He says you will probably need McQueen to get the chapter 6 McQueen shards.
Yep.
Yo, that's a typical Gameloft move right there. You know, you need the racer to unlock, you know, to get more cards.
Nah, Angel, you're not even gonna need McQueen. You're gonna need Jackson Storm, who's not even announced for the game yet.
Well, hey, listen, I'm not playing this game no more, so I accept my ties. So I'm just looking at you and see what y'all about to do.
Oh, man. Yo, this is probably what Poppin felt like when I told him, bro, you gotta talk about why I don't play this shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm upset about this.
Yo, I remember when I used to, bro, Sam, remember when we used to be like everybody else? We used to be like, what the fuck?
Crashing out this shit. I'm like, damn, that's what they doing to y'all now? I'm glad I left.
Well, damn. With that being said, you know.
Yo, Kayla's like, fuck. I know I'm still gonna deal with.
Like I said, here's the thing: if I don't get the McQueen, guess what? I guess I'll just be on Dash when it comes on these, you know, ranked matches or something. It's a good alternative. Dude,
I agree.
Listen,
I mean, look,
I try to give y'all some, you know, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But we'll see.
Look, if you guys want to do something,
the game again too. That was the crazy part.
I think what we need to do, guys, as a community, anybody that's watching this, and agrees with this is this is predatory. This is we don't support that, and this is for the WoWs too. Including myself. We need to send a message to Gameloft, because the moment they find out that nobody's buying this Golden Pass because the Lightning McQueen is not included, and they start seeing that like nobody's buying the pass, the season launch, and nobody's buying the pass. What's going on? We might make them do a reverse, but we have to not buy this damn pass.
Nah, it's gonna take more than not buying the pass, bro. At this point, we're gonna have to stop playing the game. Just don't play the game for a week. That will really hurt their pockets. Because some motherfuckers might not buy the pass, but they'll buy other shit in the store.
I feel like as a community, we gotta band together, man. We gotta band together. We got to. If you want change, we gotta be united.
Even if it's a day, that'll hurt their pockets, and a lot of people will be talking about it. The player base went to 0. What? IGN's covering that shit? Yo, who was the guy that reached out to IGN last time? We gotta get him to reach out to IGN again.
Yeah, we need to send a message to Gameloft as a community, as a player base, as everything. If you guys want to make a statement, the best statement is to hurt their pockets.
Yeah, that's always been the best statement.
Well, at least on the brighter news, but I guess outside of the monetization disaster, there were some racer balance changes.
They were.
Yeah, I think Nano posted the patch notes in the chat, but so for the racer balancing, here's a breakdown of the list of racer balancing improvements coming to the game at the start of season 18. So we have the racer balancing buffs. So Mad Hatter's getting buffed. His top speed and acceleration has been increased. Maui is getting buffed. I guess he's a season tour character for part 2. He's getting a top speed, acceleration, and handling increase. So that'd be good for him. Moana is getting a buff. This is a huge buff for Moana. So not only for her tap, which is the one where she throws some purple waves behind her, her top speed is increased after the last wave. So that's dope. And then her charge skill, autopilot duration is increased. Thank you, because her auto did not last for anything. So it definitely needed to be extended, especially with characters like the Queen of Hearts or whatever that lasts forever. It's like Moana should definitely last longer than it does. It says on autopilot, expiry, top speed and boost level are increased for a short time. So you not only is the autopilot increased, but once you're out of your autopilot, you have a speed boost for a short amount of time. So that's gonna be good. She's definitely got a huge buff. The uncharged unique now increases top speed at the last wave. Autopilot from the charge unique now lasts longer. Top speed is increased for a short time afterwards. Miss Piggy, uncharged.
Those buffs are nice, but do you ever just notice that they buff the 2 racers that are in the passes that are trying to sell you on the path?
Toxic just said that in the chat.
And then I wonder if going forward, that's going to be their logic. Is now every mid-season that's going to be in these passes, since they're not going to include the seasonal racers, are all going to get buffed to the point that you're going to want this mid-season.
Queen of Hearts and Snow White with the ultimate buff.
And that's crazy as hell, bro. That's crazy.
Shout out to Ennui and Anxiety.
Yeah, they gotta get their money somehow.
All I know is you buff.
Oh man,
you buff Moana's. You buff Moana's auto. Can we buff Eric's auto? Can we buff Ennui's auto? Can we buff Lilo and Goofy's auto?
How the hell did we not
what
buff
about
King Candy
Goofy's
yet?
auto, bro?
Did Supercharge fix that or no? Did the Supercharge not make it faster?
I mean, it did, but we're not talking about Supercharge. We're talking about unsupercharged speeds.
Yeah, default. Yeah.
They need to. 111 on Prince Eric is diabolical. 111 on Ennui is diabolical.
Can they fix Calhoun auto? Can they fix her ability? Period.
Yeah. When are they gonna make it to where she doesn't need 2,000 points? Races don't even be that long.
Realistically, you're not gonna be able to get that.
Not the first pothole for her.
Pothole still doesn't work. So you're losing potential points. Literally every single projectile is on the same path as her pits. So like if you miss a disc, which the tracking is bad in this game, the disc is going to automatically destroy her pits. The hack is going to destroy her pits. You know, there's so many things that destroy the pits. So you're really realistically not going to ever get those pits, especially those points for the pits, especially in this new ranked mode where there's going to be 8 people on the track too. That's all going to be running into it. She's never going to get
points if people crash into them shits.
Yes.
How is that not a thing?
How's that not been changed yet?
Right? You know how many people go through those pits and get stunned? Like you'll be easily be able to accumulate points. Like they could rework her to make her really viable and not a bug mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that is ridiculous. And then Russell. Why haven't we gotten a Russell buff? That's a mid-season racer. That's a paid racer that is literally trash.
No, they're gonna fix him once he comes to the Golden Pass in season 20, whatever. that's what they give him.
Ridiculous.
Hey, they could fix Figment too.
I mean, Figment's actually
Figment's good.
Nah, I'm tired of getting hit and locked out of my speed, bro.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
That they should fix that across the board.
Yeah, 100%, because that ruins racers and races. And then obviously now we got the last one, Miss Piggy. Go ahead, Caleb.
We got Miss Piggy with her uncharged unique skill. Boost in the trail has a longer duration. That's good. Top speed increase for a short time after colliding with the trail. So that's a big buff to her tap. And then for the charge, boost when in the trail has a longer duration. Top speed is increased, and a spotlight moves faster, and its effects are improved. So. Hey, Miss Piggy buff, that's cool. You know,
so I got a question.
Top speed in general
is her spotlight gonna actually keep up with her now and not fall behind? Because now this is a spotlight now moves faster. Does this mean it's gonna keep up? Because if it does, Miss Piggy might actually be glitchy. Because if the spotlight every time you touch it, it's making your top speed go faster. Like and she can follow that and keep colliding. She could think about it as like a Hercules or an Alice trail. You know what I'm saying? Like every time they go through that, you know, they're going way faster than they normally go. If that's the case with that,
you're thinking way ahead of yourself. You know them. They're gonna mess it up where the spotlight's way ahead of you now and you way behind it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, if you miss it. Yeah, it's gonna dip out on you.
So here's what
be like Raja.
I think they should have increased her top speed so she's not unique dependent, and then add on this stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, never mind. I thought the duration of the spotlight lasts longer. No, it's just boost has a longer duration when the trial's active. Okay.
But in terms of general fixes and improvements, Kermit basically got fixed. You know, shout out to Cosmic. I think they basically fixed it to where, you know, sometimes if you use his abilities in succession back to back, that it would cancel out. So they basically fixed that. It says, fix an issue where the sound of Racer Kermit the Frog's charge unique was not triggered when activating the second charge unique while the first was still active. Fixed an issue where Racer Kermit did not return to its original state after multiple players activated Kermit's uncharged unique in succession. You know, they fixed some bug, and you know, they fixed some sound stuff. But yeah, it seems like they fixing Kermit finally.
Hey, Cosmic went to war about that, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I did at least acknowledge, like, yeah, Kermit wasn't always like that. Like, he definitely was broken, but
he was like, Nell and Cedric, y'all need to fix this now. You went to this like he was
like it was their fault. Kermit was messed up, but I understood the frustration. But yeah, it's it's unfortunate. But yeah, Kermit, you know, I think he was a Kermit main, so I understand that was his character.
Listen, that's why you got to practice before you try your character out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, those are pretty much, the balance changes and the bug fixes and whatnot. All the other stuff, was shown in the tweets and the videos. But yeah, a big mixed bag of stuff, within the patch notes and updates. So
what are we rating this I guess this patch note, like in terms of lettering, like A to F?
The patch notes, at least with the buffs, I give it a 7. You know, I do like the Maui Moana buffs.
So a C plus or a B minus?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm going to give this shit a 5 because I can never excuse the fact that when you put patch notes up and you're saying what things are being increased by, you need to go into detail on your shit, bro.
Yep, they never give any numerical values.
Yeah, like it's so lazy.
Oh, we're gonna increase the top speed and acceleration by what, 1 mile per hour?
And it's not like they don't got the stats. They're the ones making the changes.
Yeah, you look at the patch notes like something like Marvel Rivals, they'd be like, okay, we reduced what's it called?
The range on an attack by like 3 meters.
Yeah,
like,
or
okay,
Star-Lord's,
I could tell.
or Hela's splash damage from 75 to 65. Like, even if it's a minuscule small amount, they still acknowledge the numbers. You know what I mean?
Bro,
so
this game, they have that shit from you.
If people in the community never took screenshots of stats before and after, we'd never know how much things are paying.
That's a big fact.
Yeah,
it's egregious.
Overall, yeah. So I can see why you put a 5 out of 10. I put 7 at least for the patch notes, but like for overall, just the new season, I'm like, I would say 50%.
So Caleb's giving it a B minus, and Nano's giving it a D minus.
Overall, 50%. That's an F, bro. It's like, but because I feel like it's half and half. It's like half good, half bad.
But that's why it's a D minus. It's not really an F, but it's close enough.
Like, I don't think the patch is bad, but I've been tired of this since the beginning of time, bro. And I will continue to take off points.
I give it a C only because, like, yeah, these buffs are nice, and it should have came a while ago. We've been out for some of these buffs, but I'm also just like, there's other races that could have been used the buff, like Ana, King Candy, races that are really at the bottom of the totem pole that could really be launched back in the middle somewhere, and instead we getting racers that were already at the upper echelon getting buffs, and I'm just like, kind of wasted. But I see why Toxic is right. These mid-seasons are going to the Golden Pass, so spend money on them now because they're getting buffed, and once they out the Golden Pass, they're getting nerfed again.
Hopefully not. But man, it's oh Lord, I don't even know. I'm
situation, and I don't even know anymore. I just know
what you give this patch notes, Angel?
I give this a fucking F.
Damn.
Because what the fuck is 4 buffs? I mean, the buffs were good, so I mean, I can't. Okay, so I can't really hate on it. You know, I guess I'll give it more like a D. Because I mean, the good changes for those racers are good, but what the hell is 4 racer buffs? Where's the Russell buff? Where's the
remember when back, like, I want to say earlier seasons, like just like around the time where season 7 dropped, where we used to get consistent buffs and nerf changes, and there used to be like maybe 12 racers per season getting a buff or a nerf. Remember that shit? Almost a whole roster getting buffs and nerfs. Now we don't even get that.
I'm hoping rank mode will help with the buffs and nerfs. Like Wolf said, maybe now with rank, maybe it'll organize like who needs buff, who doesn't need buff. But also rank is also a supercharge. So like, you know, if a supercharged racer is OP, they're just gonna nerf the racer and regulate it, and these racers are gonna suck in divisions because, you know, these racers can't be supercharged.
That's why I said supercharge was not the go-to, because they use it as a blanket buff or nerf to characters.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm tired of all of the passes. Like, okay, there's the diamond pass they got to pay $9.99 for, right?
Passes
whenever there's tails, there's event passes that you have to pay $7.99 for.
Passes, yeah.
Then the festival passes. My bad. So there's season pass, festival pass, tournament passes that are also $7.99. And what's the last pass? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's like 4 passes. That's like 4 different passes. And the fact that somebody can spend damn near $40 on 4 different passes and still not get the season characters is kind of crazy.
But Caleb, like just as many passes as they have is just as many currencies they have in this game too. On top of all the damn currency and all the damn passes, just keep it to one model. You have the free currency that you can earn, and then the paid currency that you can earn, that you could pay for or also earn, but it takes a lot longer to earn that currency. And then you have the one pass, the battle pass, the golden pass. And if you wanted to earn the battle pass or the golden pass, you put the time and work in for the currency that's hard to earn, the paid currency or the time you play to earn that currency, and then you convert that into a battle pass when you have enough. But nope.
Yeah. Here's what's messed up.
We'll make our bread and butter off of selling boxes for these characters when all you had to do was sell different cosmetic outfits for these racers, because they were in so many different IPs and movies that you can sell a wizard Mickey. You know what I mean? You could sell a steamboat Mickey. You know what I mean? There's different options they could have went with instead of releasing the same character 3 times.
They basically got you paying for the same character multiple times, because I'm sure people paid, spent money on boxes to get Maui and Moana. Now they got to spend money again in order to get Maui and Moana in the Golden Pass. So they double taxed you on the same character. So that's what's funny.
Yeah. Their motto: you ain't slay Gameloft. You purposely nerf racers to sell us the buff in supercharged state.
That's what we pay for now.
At this point, if anybody's getting nerfed, just know that they're prepping a supercharge for it.
I didn't even think about it. That's triple charging actually when you bring up the supercharge. So you got to pay for them when they're in mid-season form. You got to pay for them when they're in Golden Pass form, and you got to pay for supercharge. That's 3 times paying for the same character.
Hold on, we didn't catch that what we just said. We're paying for buffs.
Yeah, but what's crazy is if hypothetically if I buy the season pass, the festival pass, and the tournaments, I still have to gamble to get Lightning McQueen. That's the problem.
That's the big problem right there. The current season racer is hard to get, but you can sit there and spend $40-$50 to get all of this extra random bullshit that you probably don't need unless you're a new racer. But you're not getting the current season racer stuff. You're spending $40-$50 and you still don't got enough shards to unlock them. And then when you do unlock them, you still gotta, if you want to max them out, still buy boxes or grind or buy the season pass or golden pass to be able to get box credits to try to get star ups and get these racers to level 50. So now right now getting seasonal racers have officially become a lot more expensive. Like a lot more expensive. The mid-season expensive.
Hold on, Three-Headed Monkey says season 19 they're going back to upgrade parts. Can you imagine?
Let's not do that.
That would be trash.
I mean, I agree. I hope that the next seasons don't get worse, but I mean, at this point with their track record, it doesn't look good at all. It does not.
Nope. And you know what too? I was excited for Peter Pan because I was like, if I make a comeback, that's the season it is. I don't think I'm making a comeback, bro.
Also, the roadmap showed that they're no longer giving us new maps every season. It's going to be every other season, because the villain season we're not getting a new map. We're only getting a map for Radiator Springs for cars and Peter Pan, but the villain season there's no new map. So all those intermission seasons, they could just do a new one. Like you said, there's like mid-season characters that don't have maps. They could have just added a new map.
I've been saying they need to do a Wally map. Oh my god.
Yeah. So but
hold on.
They cut back.
They could have buffed those characters from Wally. Instead they buffing freaking Moana.
So yeah.
Well, they're not in the season pass.
It don't matter.
Look, man, it don't matter, but it's Gameloft, and it matters when they're trying to sell you something. They're gonna make something feel something, they'll make it seem like something's really good to make you want to buy it, because now these racers are gonna be freaking on great, and then they're gonna sell you on that to make you buy the golden pass, to make you spend that $10, because they know now people are debating to even buy it because there's no seasonal racers. And I don't even think that no matter how many buffs you're gonna buff freaking Maui and Moana, that's not gonna entice people to buy the golden pass, because they really want to play Lightning McQueen because that's their season.
Yeah, that's the season.
Yeah, they could have just added Moana and Maui to the Golden Pass with Lightning McQueen and others.
No,
But
dude, that
Exactly.
would've
If
made
anything,
their
that's what
pass
they should have
so
went. They should have
valuable,
went back
bro.
to the 5 characters and forget about the mid seasons. Have them just included into the mid season racers, or the mid season racers. Have them be included into the Golden Pass at this point. No more mid seasons, but we'll do a special event for the time we usually do mid seasons, guys. And now you're going back to 5 characters per season, even though it would have usually have been 7
well,
or 6.
Well, you know, I guess before the new season comes out in the new ranked mode, you know, we do got divisions, so you know we do got a competitive side.
Yo, monkey, that's also you know true. They could have if they really wanted us to buy passes or new players to buy more passes, they could have just added something called a legacy pass, like Monkey is saying, where that legacy pass will give you an extra track to the Golden Pass, but it's for like 2 mid seasons that you know were previously released to help players catch up before mid seasons.
But they already got that. They have tournament mode. That's literally what it does.
Man, fuck that tournament mode. That's not even a true way to actually freaking get racers. No, man.
It got 30 pages. I mean, or 30 levels. You know what I mean?
Man, that ain't shit, man.
I'm not gonna lie, tournament mode is a thing of the past, bro.
Yeah.
They still updating it, so it's not the thing of the past.
Yeah, man, that vault pass is nothing nearly as good as what a legacy pass would be for mid seasons, and then would have capsules for mid seasons for those mid seasons. They'll have, you know, the epic at the end, like the normal pass, and you will gradually, you know, be able to increase the level of your pass just like you do with the Golden Pass. It'll be simultaneously. So if you know decide that you need those mid seasons, you can buy the extra legacy pass for $10 and you know get those mid season stuff to unlock them and get the epics and get the shards for it without having to do a bullshit tournament. And the tournament, don't you still need the racer unlock to be able to do those vault passes?
You gotta buy the vault pass, yeah.
You gotta buy the vault pass, but you still need to have the racer unlocked to be able to use that racer for the vault pass for the tournaments.
Was that the case? Oh shit! That's even
So there's no
You
point.
have to do races. You have to do races with each character for each, like, I guess, level to unlock EXP for the pass.
Honestly, if we gambling out here, just put every character you need in a box. I don't even care no more. Because this is what it is. They're not hiding it no more. They want you to spend money.
But yeah,
Yeah.
let's get to the division stuff.
So yeah, that is basically all the controversy. You know, the community is at outrage right
Y'all
now.
got our take.
You know,
Y'all
that's
got
our
our
take. You know, we don't agree with it. We don't like it. You know, we are with the community on this. Something needs to give. Something needs to change. And you know, I agree that we need to like band together and show Gameloft that they can't just bully their community and try to eat up our wallets like they're fucking Pac-Man, because you know we're not gonna stand for it.
Bro, this whole podcast segment sounds familiar. Like we did this shit.
Yeah, we did it when they did the stupid freaking blue tokens not being able to get golden passes no more. I remember that shit.
Honestly, we've had many takes and episodes.
So like, you know, I would say
what they taken away.
I would say
Took away
something
blue
real quick.
tokens. Took away tracks. Took away victory animations. Took away deluxe card.
Oh my god, victory!
You know, hey, there we go.
Voice lines.
Took away voice.
Oh yeah, took away voice lines. Took away characters for seasons as well.
Characters for seasons.
Yeah, it's like they're on take everything away.
And now they come as mid seasons too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And I was saying,
yeah, took away seasonal races out the Golden Pass.
yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Hey, if I gotta pay for characters now, they better have a voice line. I'm looking at you, King Candy.
But yeah, the voice lines, at least they got voice lines, the 3 racers that you get that season. But go ahead, Angel, what are you gonna say?
Damn, now I lost my train of thought because I was.
Who is this RB driving right now on the stream, Angel?
No, it was just because everybody disconnected. That's why they weren't really racing. They weren't really racing, but yeah, no, they got to do something. They gotta get their act together because this is not good. We band together. We show them that they're not gonna bully us around and hope for a change. You know what I mean. I, for one, is not buying the Golden Pass this time around because I'm trying to make a point, because I am a whale. So I'll even show you guys on stream when I stream for this ring mode that I did not buy this pass just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? I will do anything that I can to help the community out. People say I don't advocate for free to play, but I do advocate for free to play because that is the bread and butter of this community. Not everybody's a freaking well, not everybody buys and spends shit in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I advocate for the free to plays because they are the backbone of this game. The free to plays are the ones that are playing this game more. The hardcore players, they play, but we play divisions, we do a whole bunch of other shit too, but at the end of the day, if you want to keep your player base happy, listen to your community. Don't, fuck over your community like you've been doing. I mean, I feel like I've been saying this for multiple seasons already. Gameloft, you just don't listen. Your big wigs don't know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to business because, y'all talking about you want to pump out money because you don't want to support this game, and maybe in 5 years you want to shut it down. So you're trying to pump out as much money as you can. But like, if you actually gave this game love and treated your player base right, you can make this game last longer than 5 years and still make more money than what you're doing.
Yeah,
now.
look at
wait, is
look
that
at DC.
They trying to shut it down in 5 years?
Well, I mean, so I spoke to some people and they said Gameloft's track record has been, and this has been the case with Asphalt, is after 5 years they just won't support the game no more. And now Asphalt, I think the newest Asphalt, replaced the other Asphalt. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean they're gonna make a Speedstorm 2 like for Gameloft fans. This could just be the end of life of Speedstorm in 5 years, and that's it. We won't get no more
We're on
Speedstorm.
what year now? 4?
3, 2,
We're on year 3.
3.
Damn.
Maybe we'll get Tiana before it all crashes and burns.
But Tiana before that happened.
But yeah, on the competitive division side of things, this was Super Divisions Week 3, and we had some spicy matches, so there was some good, good in the Speedstorm community. The first match, BRZ Feral versus Pure Country, it was a close match, but the BRZ Feral boys got it done, 185 to 175. It was a 10-point game, so it was very close, but BRZ just pulled ahead. We have Bronco 66, the Matteo with 49, Carter with 40, and Danilo with 30. And then for Pure Country, we had Terrace Lynx 54, Foster Denu with 53, Monster is Zeus with 47, and Girth Brooks with 21. So shout out to both teams, and shout out for Feral for getting it done. All right, and then we had Ruthless Assassinos versus Ferrari KA, and the Ruthless won 223 to 137. For Ruthless, we had PR Caldo with 70, the Iceman with 68, J Dunk 48, David John Wick with 37. And then we had Mr. Sultan 49, Meme Sultan with 35, Kylo Ren with 26, Rosie 21, and Rubus with 6. Shout out to both teams, and shout out for Ruthless Assassinos for getting the job done. Almost a 90-point lead on that one. All right, the next up we had Cartostrophe versus the RB team. And we had the RB team won 183 to 177, so very close match. But Team RB, they were able to get their squad together this time, so shout out to them. But so for Catastrophe, we had the Stem Arc with 59, we had Rafnu with 53, Tofi 38, Enzo 27. And then for what's it called, the RB team, we had Seabass. So I told y'all about Seabass. Seabass is a sleeper. He's a really good player. He was able to play this week. MVP of the match, 71 points. Seabass. And then we had Julian with 68. We had Disgust with 31. We had Nitrous with 8, and then we had Remy TLC with 5. So shout out for the team RB, man. No RB driving either. All skill, all skill. All right, the next up we had the Burnout Bandits versus BRZ Once Upon a Time. And we had BRZ Once Upon a Time winning by 58 points, 208 to 50 to 150. So for the Burnout Bandits, we had a Symbiote with 60, Lionheart 44, Goozy 28, and Gus Pool with 18. And then for Once Upon a Time BRZ, we had FX the GOAT with 66, BRZ Leon with 50, Ketchum with 46, and Adviar with 46. So shout out for BRZ Once Upon a Time for getting the job done. Then next up we had the Lowland Thunders versus the Lateborn. And the Lowland Thunder won 191 to 169. So it was a competitive match, but Lowland Thunder, they put in the work. They put in the work. So Ferrari had 62. We had Goblin King 56. We had Cedric 48. And we had Nalissi with 25. And then for the Lateborn, we had a real special one with 57. We had Seymour 52. We had Maisie with 42. And we had Sons with 18. Shout out to both teams, and shout out for the Lowland Thunder for getting some redemption after losing last week. They came back and, got the job done.
Hey, Sal, real quick, are you talking about my videos? I never stopped making videos, Sal. I still make videos and I still stream. So, I don't plan on stopping streaming Speedstorm. It's just supporting funding that I'm going to stop unless they start changing things.
Yeah, it's my thing is with the whole Golden Pass, I could buy it to get Maui or Moana to level 50, but I think I got them at a place I'm comfortable with where I feel like I don't have to spend money on it.
I wonder if he's talking about me because I haven't made Speedstorm videos in a minute.
Yeah, Sammy doesn't play anymore.
Well, Sammy gets videos. He still got interviews that he's still yet to release.
And then me,
you know what? I got a community challenge. If the community don't play for one day, that's everybody. The player base hits 0. I'm dropping off.
Well, we already did that.
No, we didn't. It was
we did that incredible season. Let's not play for a week. Niggas,
I stopped playing for a
day
week.
One.
You was playing.
No, I stopped for a week. No, I didn't play for a week, but people were still playing, man. They were like, oh, for day one. I was like, no. They're like, they're incredible. I gotta play.
And that season was ass too. Remember, characters were broken. They weren't even working as intended.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, this next match was the match everybody wanted to see because they wanted to see can the Dons beat final boss.
I think my prediction was the final boss. I think we had the Dons as an underdog just because the final boss.
Oh no, my prediction.
No, I had the Dons winning.
That was your prediction. My prediction, I think I had BRZ final, but I knew it was gonna be close.
I knew it was gonna be close too, but I gave the Dons a slight edge because I was like, both teams are undisputed. But when the Dons were reigning, they did beat the final boss team at that time.
They did, but
this is a 1-1 now.
I actually watched this match. It was actually really competitive and close. They're going back and forth. But BRZ, I think at the end of everything said and done, ended up just pulling away 188 to 172.
Damn it! He got less than 40 points.
It was kind of even, I guess for BRZ, for their MVP, they had Rugal with 55. And then we had the Dons of Speedstorm. We had Toxic with 55. For BRZ,
Falcon had 26
26.
Points, 40.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's why they lost.
I'm doing the comparison, man. We got, with 51 points, we had Tyap for the Dons with 51 points. We had Wolf with 42 points for BRZ. We had Dino with 40 points for the Dons. Now, this is where the difference lied. We had Hayes with 40 points, and then we had Falcon with 26. So I'm not calling nobody out, but if we're just going off in pure numbers, the difference, it seems to be Falcon struggling with the difference. Yeah, the Brawler, it looked like Hayes did a little bit better than Falcon, and that was the difference maker. Because on every other aspect, it was even. Every other aspect, it was even. 55-55, 51-51,
even 40-40. You can let that slide.
Yeah, 42-40.
You're probably thinking maybe Falcon makes it up with a 40-38. But
yeah, so I don't know what happened to Falcon, but you know what I'm saying? You know, we all have our bad day.
Hey, I mean, listen.
But it's tough competition too, so sometimes we're harder competition
too.
Yeah, you was like, it was my computer.
Hey, listen, man. Shit, I was watching after the match, Mr. Wolf, man. He said some stuff, man. I want to ask if y'all agree, man. He said Rugal, the best defender. He said Hazakino, the best brawler. And he said he is the best speedster in Speedstorm.
Yeah, that's
I would like to say
Caleb was like, hell no.
best defender. I would go toe to toe with Rugal in points. I'm not going front. If I was on defender, I would go toe to toe with Rugal. I have gone toe to toe with Wolf and beaten Wolf in points in speedster class when I was in the stream snipers. So we could go blow for blow, but if you want to go even teams, put me on the Dons with Dino, Tyab, and Toxic, and I guarantee you the Dons will win. That's all I gotta say.
Angel going to the Dons next season confirmed?
All I know is when I was playing, I always held it down on the speedsters, you know what I'm saying? And literally, like, almost every time out, you know, performed every other speedster. So it's just, I ain't been really in the competitive scene. But hey, you know, tomorrow, you know, once the rank mode comes,
how you feel about not being in the
once the rank mode comes back, bro, y'all really gonna see, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about
being
all
the
that.
best in the class. Why don't you be the avatar? Be the best in all four.
I can do all four classes, but you know, I got my class, my favorite class, and
but
I've been holding it down.
Wolf has said that he believes his Brazil homies on his team. He believes all of them were top 10 players, man, and the way they be winning, you can't really argue against it.
Team sport, but we're gonna see what these solos talking about, you know what I mean?
Toxic made a good point. He said tricksters weren't mentioned though.
Dang.
Oh, who's the best trickster? Top, you said you the best trickster?
We all know who the best trickster is. It's
so from what I forgot what he said, but I know he said that Valix did good on the trickster role and he performed great. I think Wolf was saying that because he knows what, like, the people that's been on the Brazilian team, like, he knows how they race, so he believes that the OGs on his team are that good. That's why he said that about those classes. And we all know I don't even know if I play the game anymore.
Hold on, so is what Roger Snyder is saying correct? Like, everybody's quitting the game right now?
He said everybody's quitting this. Well, that the talk of the main speech from Discord, Reddit, and everywhere that people is talking about Speedstorm, that's talking about they're either uninstalling the game, they're not playing, and because of all these changes that are happening and not being able to get Lightning McQueen in the past. Like everything that we've been talking for like the last hour, like people are saying they're not playing the game. People have shown themselves uninstalling the game. Like, it's crazy.
Well, listen, we will see what happens when the actual season comes out.
I'm trying to see if I can see this in real time. I'm pulling.
We're all speculating, but we're no, we're not. We're kind of going off what they like. There's a reason why they put out tweets and patch notes, because they're trying to inform us. So we're literally going off of what they're giving us, which is all of their statements. So people are reading the statements, reading the tweets, reading the patch notes, and be like, all right, I ain't messing with it. Which is, they're right.
Right.
So,
Like this is not a rumor. This is all confirmed information.
So now, obviously the practice, it either, there's the law and there's the enforcement of it, and how they're going to enforce it is, I guess, we'll see, once the season comes out. So
damn, what that he hasn't lost a class rival in a match since the first World Cup.
Yeah, but when we against each other,
I gotta see. Maybe I don't think
race that he's been in, he's probably either tied or beat everybody in his class.
I don't think I've ever how about
I haven't got a chance to go against Wolf.
He wasn't always Wolf wasn't always on Speedster. A lot of times he would be hybrid.
No, he was well, I know the first
I know in the beginning.
In the first
Hey,
World
don't
Cup,
remind me, man. Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
he was on Brawler.
Oh, actually, no.
He was on Brawler.
I remember one time we went against Final Boss, and like the earlier, I don't know how early it was. I think it was past World Cup, and
He was on Defender.
and I have tied with Wolf. It wasn't that I beat him, but I think I tied him. We both have like the same amount of points.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
yeah.
Wolf, I may not have beaten you, but you did not beat me either. We were tied. So we got to get that run back.
Yeah.
But I never get to freaking face you guys because you're always at the top. So like, shit.
And Wolf, and when you tie with Angel, I'll beat your speedster. So
Damn, so does that mean Angel's gonna be facing the Dons?
So far in this season, I have yet to be able to face Final Boss.
We still gotta give Final Boss they credit for beating the Dons, man. We
already did.
Spectacle. No, we didn't, bro.
We just said they beat them. Like they the number one now.
But
nah,
we got a little off track, but
bro.
We got a little off track, but
week?
to conclude it, BRZ Final Boss is the final boss. Confirmed. They ended up beating the Dons, which has been a juggernaut in the division.
The Dons never lost ever.
Since
Hold on.
When we went against them, the Stream Snipers went against them in the finals and lost by 4 points.
Hold on. This means that both teams have both taken a loss to each other. That means there's going to be a trilogy fight. Who you got? You got the Dons coming back and taking this? Or you got final?
I mean, I think the Dons have beaten the Final Boss more times, though.
I think.
Yeah, but this is a different season.
Probably the Final Boss.
I mean, it was close enough. The Dons got the Dons coming back in.
I'm not saying I don't believe in the final boss because they just beat them. I'm saying I got the Dons this time for sure because they don't want to lose twice.
Well, I'll just say Falcon will have to turn up. And if Falcon turns up in the rematch, yeah, they definitely can beat him. But if not, BRZ will take it.
It sounds like they're bringing Has back with his delay system.
I don't know.
So are you saying they're going to kick somebody out to add a Hazen?
No, they not. No, they can win with the squad they got. They got.
They do. They can. I feel like maybe I don't know what happened. Maybe I honestly feel like when I was looking at the picks, I think what really differentiated Hayes and Falcon were picks, because the picks that Hayes was doing was better than what Falcon could do with his pick, because they weren't always mirroring each other's picks. So I felt like the breakdown of Hayes' brawler picks for the 10 races were better utilized on the maps than the brawler picks that Falcon chose for those same maps. Like Falcon did amazing. The Dons did great the first race because the Baymax pick was way better than the Oogie Boogie pick, and Falcon got third. But after that, Hayes' picks were on point.
I mean, it could that I think what you're saying is true, Angel, but I also have to, give it to Hayes. Like he was playing out of his mind for Brawl.
Oh yeah, I mean, BRZ Final Boss plays. I think the most different out of every team in this game. I've seen Final Boss stun each other. I've seen them be aggressive. I've seen Rugal side bash Wolf like a motherfucker, bro, and they still end up getting top spots. Everybody, talks about friendly fire or comms and shit like that. Yeah, I don't ever hear Final Boss having comms. They just go and they just race. They just race.
They understand it's racing and they don't crash out on their teammates, like some one-up members.
Also,
okay, so to be fair,
then we don't know.
To be fair, I watched this through Wolf's perspective.
Oh yeah, he got hit
they actually were like hitting each other. Like this is something that happens for every team. They just race better, I guess.
Yeah, to mitigate, you just mitigate it as much as you can.
Their comms is still like top notch though.
I agree, Roger Snyder. I agree. That's why everybody's angry. And we don't even know what this event is for Lightning McQueen tomorrow. I guess we'll find out in a couple hours. You know what this event is, but yeah, the talk of the town is everybody's bad at Gameloft. Well, let's see if Gameloft make changes. If not, then you guys know they don't give a fuck about us. And that's all I gotta say.
Stream Angel.
But last but not least, for the divisions week 3, we had the Union Jack Arrows versus BRZ New Wave, and we had, I'm assuming, BRZ New Wave with the win, 232 to 128, so 100-point lead. We had Galvanator with 43, a 3-headed monkey with 41, Turrets 24, and Phoenix Evolved with 20. And then we had for BRZ New Wave, One Wing Angel with 77, almost perfect, almost 80 points. Wild.
Where you going for?
No, I wasn't going for perfect. I was just racing. Mind you, somebody in my stream during this race told me that somebody in RRC's chat said One Wing Angel lost his touch and he's not as good as he used to be.
Damn.
I don't know. It don't look like that way. It looked like he's consistently.
No, I don't even know the person's name. They went in my chat and they forgot the person's name, but they were like, I remember in RRC's chat somebody was talking about you, and they said One Wing is not as good as he used to be, unfortunately. And then the person that told me that on my stream was like, I hope they're watching this match because I don't see what the hell they're talking about.
This can't be somebody that's in the competitive scene. This has to be somebody that's out of the competitive scene.
It's like they probably don't see me in rank no more, and they don't see me as number one. They're like, oh, he must not be as good anymore. No, I just don't play ranked as much as I used to. And it's not even ranked no more. It's just MPL
leagues. Yeah, leagues. So no, you definitely still skilled. I mean, the speed event.
Know what they were basing that off of though.
People be hating.
Hella random.
But we had Rayoni with 63, DK 62, and then 604 Lucas with 30.
You think that was Smarty?
No.
Yo, that's crazy. I don't think Smarty would be in RRC chat though.
But yeah, I'm looking at the final standings per track. One Wing Angel first, second. That's what lost the point. Second, first. Second. So
pretty good, man.
I mean, at that point,
somebody who lost their touch.
Yeah, I mean, I lost my touch, guys. I'm washed.
It's official, guys. Angel is now washed. He's no longer in the top 100.
I'm no longer going for number 1 in ranked. I'm just washed and I retired.
Maybe because
he's not even in the top 200. He's upset with.
Well, maybe because in the speedrun challenge, because you weren't number 1, they're like, oh well, he was number 1 in ranked. Now you're number 1.
I did that speedrun maybe 2 or 3 times with no practice. I literally just went there and tried to race my best. I didn't I watched people's runs, but I didn't practice these tracks enough to be able to be viable. So I just went off that with the dome of my line knowledge and what I did with the bunny hops, and that was it. I mean, there was guys like Wolf, Ferrari, Nougat. These guys were streaming 8, 9, 10 hours, literally trying to master these tracks. I was just sitting here just fucking, doing adult things, so I didn't have time to do that. Plus, it was a holiday.
Yeah, that was true. It was the holiday.
But like I said, everybody basically, we've all done our, everybody's had different solo tournaments, and we've had, there's been tournaments all over the place. But now, hey, it's about to get official tomorrow, so pick whatever OP race you got.
Well, not tomorrow.
This weekend.
Not tomorrow.
Not
Friday.
Tomorrow, but
Friday.
Pick whatever OP race you got, and you let the skills do the talking. So we really about to find out who lost and who didn't. So, it's gonna be exciting. But for this upcoming weekend, obviously it's a big weekend for gaming. There's a lot going on. Marvel Rivals has an update. Disney Speedstorm has an update. Sonic CrossWorlds has a festival. Overwatch has, new characters coming out. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's divisions matches. But speaking of divisions matches this weekend, we have for week 4, Union Jack Arrows versus BRZ Once Upon a Time. My prediction, I would say BRZ, probably. Then we have BRZ New Wave versus BRZ Pharaoh. I think that New Wave is, going to handle business. Then we have Pure Country versus Ruthless. I'll probably go with Ruthless. Then we have the Burnout Bandits versus the RB team.
Burnout. I got Burnout.
Got Burnout?
I think so. I mean, it depends, because if Gohan oversleeps again, then RB team is taking it.
I'd say if Seabass plays, I think RB team. If Seabass plays and they have a full squad, I think they'll take it. But we'll see. Then we have Ferrari KA versus Cartostrophe. I'm probably gonna go with Cartostrophe. Then we have the Dons of Speedstorm versus the Lateborn. Lateborn will put up a good fight, but I'm going with the Dons. They're coming off of a loss, so I know they're gonna be hungry. They'll put in work. So I'm gonna take the Dons for that one. And then last but not least, we got BRZ Final Boss versus the Lowland Thunder.
A rematch. There's been a lot of rematches and divisions. I don't know if people are peeping that. I will love to face Lateborn. I will love to face Final Boss. I would love to face Lowlands. New Wave has yet to face these 3 teams.
You keep winning, you'll face them. So it'll just be a matter of time.
Yep.
But
pretty much.
Since this is a rematch,
you'll face all the strong teams.
Yep. Since you're a new team, you had to start off lower, but you guys are moving up steadily within the power level, I guess.
Moving on up.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with BRZ Final Boss again after coming off of beating the Dons of Speedstorm. I think they're gonna be a hard team to beat. No matter who you got on your squad, they're gonna be a hard team to beat. So, but yeah, those are your week 4 matches. So make sure you stay tuned. I know it's gonna be a lot going on, but there'll be some entertainment in the Speedstorm divisions. So do your rank, watch your divisions, and it's gonna be a good next couple of days. But yeah, that is the conclusion of divisions wrap up.
I think that's pretty much the conclusion of all the Speedstorm talk that we got. That was the main topic. Especially with the controversy with the season pass. We talked almost 2 hours on the Speedstorm subject. We don't got that many subjects after that, anyways. But the main thing, we talked about our opinions on the changes, and we don't like the changes. I think everybody's in agreement on that, including the chat. So now after Speedstorm, what we got? I think CrossWorlds. What's new in the CrossWorlds realm?
New to CrossWorlds, AiAi has just been released. I've been playing with him a little bit. Definitely the best handling character in the game so far. So yeah, I'm excited for the festival. With all of the stuff going on this weekend, I don't know if I'm gonna shoot for top 10. I don't want to just give my whole life away for a virtual banner. I'll probably go for top 1,000. Looks good.
Oh hell no! You're going for top 10.
No, no. You know why Caleb is not going for top 10? 1. You know why Caleb is not going for top 10? Because he's gonna go for Unstoppable and freaking Disney Speedstorm. Because Rick is gonna be out.
Angel already knows game, so it's like go for a banner or actually go for the top spot. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do both. So I'll do just enough to get the AiAi top 1,000 banner, which looks good. But when it comes to I gotta people thinking that the Speedstorm has retired. Nah, he's making a comeback, and y'all about to find out. I know the people in the rank matches today. They've been seeing me online, giving them that work. So guess I'm gonna be back.
Toxic gotta watch out. Caleb, but they'll come up through with that Jazzy real quick. Oh, said that. Oh,
yeah, it's time to knock off the dust. Speaking of Jazzy, I even made a song, but maybe we'll play that CrashOut after dark.
You've been bunny hopping with the characters.
Bunny hopping? I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. but yeah, that's pretty much all the CrossWorlds. They did conclude the what do they call it? the round 2 of the, what do they call it? The competitive round 2.
The Legends circuit, or the Legends thing, whatever they call it.
Yeah, the legend rank or whatever the legend competition that did conclude. They had different gadgets, and so there were some different names that were in the top 10. But there's a lot of people who didn't really grind it like they did the first one. Me being one of them. I did get top 100. I got like 170. I could have went higher. I could have went for top 100, top 10, but I was a little burnt out. I didn't really do it like I did for round 1. But, there's that leaderboard if y'all want to check it out. But I guess they did have what's it called? They did come out with their a roadmap for Sonic CrossWorlds, at least for February. And so there's AiAi Festival this week, and then in 2 weeks, it will be Tango and Whisper. And that's pretty much it, at least for CrossWorlds for this month. So AiAi Festival and then Tango and Whisper Festival. No new maps, but new characters, and there'll be 2 festivals. That pretty much is your Sonic CrossWorlds, Racing CrossWorlds news for February. And then next up we got Marvel Rivals. This is season 6. They obviously Marvel Rivals, they split up their season into 2 parts. They don't charge you though. That's the difference. 2 times, but for each part there is a new character. For the first part of season 6, it was Deadpool, and for part 6.5. Of the season is a new character called Emma Bloodstone, and so she is a very interesting character. So I guess we can watch her trailers about a minute long, and we can see what she's talking about. She will be coming out on Friday as well. So yeah, Friday's gonna be a big day for gaming. There's a lot going on. See what Elsa. Yeah, she's like a shotgun.
Snobby. Oh, with a pistol too. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is she DPS? I'm assuming.
Yeah, DPS.
I guess we could play the trailer. So.
Oh, I'm already playing it right now.
Okay.
I know you guys are a little delayed because you're watching the stream, but yeah, it's been going on already. Yeah, she looks nice.
She can bounce her shot off of walls and stuff. That little dash didn't work. Yeah, this is the best map in the game. This map is amazing. It's like you start off in the collector's mansion, and then you progress outside, and you're on Saturn's rings or something like that. It's dope.
I feel like this character would be like a character I would like because she seems like an aggressive character.
Well,
yeah, got the gun.
Zaza stack.
Her freaking she better than freaking Zaza or Black Widow. Look at this ultimate. The ultimate is freaking hell of amazing.
Yeah, they did an amazing job with this character. She looks amazing. She looks fun to play. Her abilities look nice. The character itself looks nice. They did a good job.
We love the baddies.
She was what Emma Frost was supposed to be. Emma Frost, she got a nice body, but her face is kind of manly. But yeah, I digress.
You tripping, Caleb. Don't do that.
I remember when she was coming out, Caleb was like, "Yes, I'm playing tank."
I've been playing tank.
We know Caleb love him.
Bro, her face, come on. She's a little bit of a butter face, a little bit.
Not to me.
I think Squirrel Girl mogs her. Squirrel Girl definitely mogs her.
I'm a Squirrel Girl lover.
That is true. But for the first time playing Nano, he was on Squirrel Girl. I was like, what the hell?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's it called? I do want to, there is a game called Highguard, basically like a spiritual successor to Apex Legends. I guess the developers of Apex came out with a new game, but instead of it being a battle royale, it's like a team-based game where it's 3v3, you have different heroes with different abilities. And I guess one of the main things about that, you have mounts that you can ride on. And what's it called? One of the characters can actually turn into a wolf, so it's actually really dope. But yeah, let me send that to you. Let me see. Share.
How's the game doing right now? I know that game was not that good.
All right. Well,
the thing about Highguard is people, I think, want to see games fail nowadays.
Against it.
Yes, because I don't know if maybe there's, characters of different ethnicities, so they want to call it woke. They try to say, oh, this is the new what was that game that got canceled?
Concord.
They trying to say every game's a new Concord, and they want it to fail. But it's a free to play game. I tried it out. It's actually a fun game.
I remember when they
So,
wanted South of Midnight to fail, and look at that, they got awards of the game.
The reason why they want this game to fail is going back to the Game Awards. So,
yes, because Jeff Keighley, that was the last game shown.
Yep. So because he hyped up the game and they showed it and it wasn't what people wanted it to be, basically people are, they have a hate agenda versus it. They wanted to fail, they wanted to not do good, and that's pretty much what people have been doing. But the people who, at least from my experience, the people who genuinely want to give the game a chance, they all enjoy the game. Like they actually have fun with the game, and I've heard great things about the game. Now, it's not the best game in the world, but obviously the game is getting a lot of unwanted hate.
I don't have to go.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to the best restaurant in the world for me to enjoy food. You could go to a fast food restaurant. It's not the best food in the world, but you still like it and you still have enjoy the food you're eating. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be the best game in the world, But yeah, people are definitely crapping on it. But Angel, I guess you could play that trailer I just sent you, and then for the new character that's coming out in the Highguard. See what we think about him.
Is a wild walker who takes the form of a great direwolf.
Is this about the wolf dude?
Through rigorous
Yeah.
his powers.
Okay, I got some things I want to say about him. I haven't played Highguard, but this is what Pro and one of my homies saying about him.
Ekon doesn't ride an animal into battle. He becomes one. I will lead the pack, transforming into a powerful direwolf that tracks, hunts, and runs down mounted enemies. With a predator's instinct, he senses the heartbeat of wounded foes, turning their weakness into his strength. On the hunt, he unleashes
this man look glitchy as fuck, bro. I don't play this game, but like being able to detect people through walls is crazy.
Yeah.
He got a cheat code in his kit, man. The fact that he can just, people can ride their mouth, but his ult can just turn into a freaking wolf and just run up on people.
Look at how fast that wolf is. It's crazy.
Yes, bro.
That's why the game's not doing good.
Yeah, the balance on this guy is gonna be meta 100%.
Yep, everyone's gonna be running out as him.
I am last,
Yeah, bro.
and the last thing our enemy will ever see.
Bro and my homie, they said this dude is fucking OP, bro.
Yes, he looks OP.
Speedstorm ain't the only game that has unbalanced issues. There's a lot of other games.
You know what? I'll let it slide because he's black.
Oh, yes.
That's crazy.
That's Blade's cousin.
Are those wall hacks Maisie? I mean, and you give a character the ability to see through walls when you're hurt, and the main part is when you're hurt. So when you see somebody through a wall, you already know they're already damaged. So you can just go there and run through that motherfucker and just blast them and kill him because you already know he's hurt.
The worst part is if you lose track of an enemy and you could just freaking wall hack and get him back.
So apparently he has this thing where like he summons like a big ass radius thing and a wolf goes and like finds you. And
That's
like
crazy.
I don't know if there's any way to dodge it or not.
Sounds like
But
the Hellmaster from
apparently he's
DPD.
extremely hard to deal with.
But yeah, that is Highguard. Honestly, I have the game downloaded. I play it every now and then. Obviously, I have my main games, Speedstorm, Sonic CrossWorlds, Marvel Rivals. But I've mixed it in there. Get my hands on. So, like I said, I actually was one of those people who played Concord, and I thought it was, it wasn't the best game in the world. It wasn't the best hero shooter in the world. I played all the heroes. I haven't played all the hero shooters, but I played my Paladins, my a little bit of Overwatch and my Marvel Rivals, and Concord had the things that it did well, but you know, it didn't last. But you know, I want to see this game thrive. I don't want to see it die. So,
Me
you
too.
know, but
I'm actually rooting for the game because people are shitting on it for no reason.
yeah, I think I will say one thing with Concord where they messed up is trying to charge $40 for a hero shooter. End of the day, Paladins is free to play, Overwatch free to play, Marvel Rivals free to play, Highguard free to play. Them trying to charge $40 for a game and characters people don't have any connection to, that's probably where they messed up. So
I agree.
Yeah, shout out to Highguard, man. Listen, if y'all see Highguard slowly start to get better and better,
yeah, people gonna have a different tune to watch. The same people are trying to crap like, oh, this is amazing.
Yep.
Have a thumbnail, they mouth all open.
And I don't know if you noticed this, Caleb, but the devs have been pumping out updates hella fast, bro.
They got no choice, bro.
To the feed.
They don't want this game to die.
Yeah, because the game came out on an unfair advantage.
Yeah, they're sitting at somewhere between 2 to 3K player count on Steam.
Yep, and I think there's actually a lot more people playing it on consoles.
Possibly.
Yep.
I have a couple of friends on my friends list that were playing it the other day. I was perplexed. I was like, I wonder if they're enjoying it.
This is something for the ball and game, the ball and gun gamers to play. It got guns in it, so they can play this game.
That's a fact.
All right,
casual gamers.
Now we can go to some spicy talks.
But yeah, over the weekend, we did have the Super Bowl. So honestly, this is so weird. The narrative that's been around the Super Bowl and the halftime show, for whatever reason, people are trying to find controversy with it, and it all stems with Bad Bunny. So Bad,
bro, what do you
that's
mean?
His name, right?
They did the same thing last season with Kendrick. Oh, Kendrick's gonna be there. I don't understand rap. I don't listen to rap.
Here's the thing. I don't think they had the initial reaction with Kendrick because they heard that Kendrick was going to be there, but they didn't have the negative reactions until he actually performed. But with Bad Bunny, he was getting negative reactions even before the performance.
No. Kendrick did get some backlash because everybody was like, "Oh no, Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Why don't they have Lil Wayne do it instead of Kendrick?"
That too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, there were those narratives. Yeah, that is.
That too.
You know, Lil Wayne, but it's almost like they took that and they turned it up a notch.
More up to date.
But not even that. You got to realize why the Super Bowl went with Kendrick. The man just went on a 1v1 with Drake, the two biggest artists in their categories, 1v1, and he was pushing records and doing numbers that year. So they said, we going with the number one.
Yeah, Lil Wayne ain't been relevant for a while. He came up with the Carter. He came up with the Carter 7, 8, 9, 10. Niggas people ain't listening to the Carter no more because Lil Wayne fell off a little bit.
I mean, I mess with Lil Wayne, but shit, I'm a big
fan. Caleb, you playing a game right now?
What is going on? I'm hearing a bunch of captains.
Right, I hear yo, you capping right now? Are you alright?
Calypso. I got like a little Calypso cup.
Oh, okay.
Tapping on.
Oh, I hear the click clack, and I thought you were tap dancing for a second. I was like, okay, let me find out.
Tap dance.
You tapping some else.
The people. Oh, there's definitely some people tap dancing when they were crying about Bad Bunny. So a lot of it was, they're, you know, crying because, you know, he's speaking Spanish. And I don't speak Spanish and I don't know what they talking about. So, I can't believe this. So we're going to go to Turning Point and we're going to have our own, you know, Super Bowl halftime show because I'll refuse to listen to Bad Bunny. But you know what was crazy? After the numbers came out, Bad Bunny actually is the highest viewed Super Bowl halftime show of all time. I believe he's number one. Number two is Kendrick. I think number three is
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. 4 was, I forgot what the fourth one was. But yeah, they put out like a top 5.
I was so upset they announced Bad Bunny too. I was like, damn, why you put him on stage?
That's crazy, Slimy.
He gonna say, he's the best.
No, could never. No, I mean there was a lot of hate on Bad Bunny because obviously, you know, he's a Spanish speaker. A lot of people were talking about he's not from America, which that this is the lack. the lack of education in this country and in this world.
Yeah, so
that think that Puerto Ricans are not American citizens when the United States, colonized Puerto Rico.
Wait, hold on. J. Cole really said that?
No, he said
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Oh, Jake Paul. I was like,
Yeah.
J. Cole, what?
Yeah.
J. Cole ain't on that type of
That's why I was so confused for a second. I was like, what?
Mind you, the same people that complained about the performance for Bad Bunny that said they couldn't understand them are also the same people that stated they couldn't understand Kendrick Lamar's performance, and he spoke English.
Yeah. I don't. What the hell is rap?
But it's African American vernacular English, so they can't understand that. But it's funny because the main consumers of hip hop and rap music are, white Americans. So all of a sudden, switching up and acting, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if that may be a generation gap. Maybe some of the older heads, who have an issue.
Yo, I'm gonna put it to you like this, because somebody made this apparent.
I'm just upset it's not
the same people that watched this Turning Point bullshit and advocated for Kid Rock to be the performer when Kid Rock's lyrics in one of his songs is about liking underage girls and it's okay to like underage girls. So you want somebody like that to be in your Super Bowl when everybody talks about the shit that's going on, MC Files and all the shit. I'm not trying to even be political right now, but like, you can't be hypocritical about shit like that and advocate for somebody that talks about liking underage women and girls and complain about Bad Bunny, because Bad Bunny don't be talking like that, first of all. And second of all, that's hypocritical because y'all condemn these people that are doing this to underage people, but you are advocating for Kid Rock that's also a part of that. And it actually has a song with those lyrics.
Well, joke's on them. Bad Bunny outperformed all the Turning Point. I believe Turning Point had like maybe 5 million views, and I think Bad Bunny had like over 1.8 million, 1.3, 130 million, 180 million, something like that. So,
Bad Bunny definitely did his thing.
Well said, Angel.
He definitely did his thing. I will say, I think a lot of this shit, I will give big shout outs to Jay-Z because he is the reason why Bad Bunny performed in the Super Bowl, because he is the person that does the halftime shows for the Super Bowls for like the last 5-6 years, I believe.
That's the only thing we'll be giving Jay-Z though.
Yeah, but other than that, people complain about, Bad Bunny and what really baffles me, and I'm not even trying to bring hate or anything, but it wasn't just white people that were talking shit about Bad Bunny. There was blacks, there were a whole bunch of other races that were talking shit about Bad Bunny, which for me as a 100% Puerto Rican, and I know my origins and I know my roots to my peoples, people are uneducated regardless of race, and this is how I know, because in Puerto Rico was prime slave trade land. The African Americans was in Puerto Rico, which is what Bad Bunny showed in the beginning of his performance in the sugarcane fields. He showed the slave trade going on in the beginning of his Super Bowl performance. So this is why we are very close to the African side, because the Africans was in the island with the Taino Indians, which was the native Puerto Ricans, and then the Spaniards that took over that land, which is why Puerto Ricans have multiple shades, because we are Spaniard, African American, and Taino Indian in our DNA, in our blood. That's our ancestors. For the black community to segregate us and separate us like that is crazy, because if you know our origins, we are a lot closer than you guys think.
Exhibit A.
I don't think the black community was doing that. Now there's definitely
black community.
He's speaking.
That's not the whole community, but there's definitely some that would talk about it who are basically like the Candace Owens type of black people. But I don't think overall most black people had an issue. Yeah, the Uncle Ruckuses. There's definitely that type. The same. How in the Hispanic community, some of the people who I will vote for Donald Trump, and then they got deported. So there's always gonna be people who, kind of go against their own people.
But at the end of the day,
I did hear a good amount of them too. So I do agree with Angel.
I did hear that, and this is the whole point of everything is is I feel like this is like a ploy to divide people. And instead of us fighting about race or this and that, Bad Bunny was trying to send a message. You know, he even shouted out all the Caribbean islands, not just the Spanish ones, but all the Caribbean islands.
Because he shouted us out.
Yeah, he shouted everybody out from the Caribbeans. Like, yo, like
my mom said, I asked her what she thought about the Bad Bunny performance. She said, "Man, I don't know who that is, but I loved his performance, and he shouted Jamaicans out." So
Right?
Hey,
once I heard him say Jamaica, I was like, "What?"
If you look at the show, I mean, they had Afro Latinos, they had all different shades.
He did an amazing job of showing that too. He was like, "Look, guys, we don't look like identical. We have different shades to us, you know." Like you go to Puerto Rico, it's the same way. You know, there's Puerto Ricans that are really light skinned that look like Europeans because of the Spaniard, like me, who are brown. And then there's Afro Puerto Ricans who have afros and they're really dark, like they look African, bro. Like
like Carmelo
and they're 100% Puerto Rican still.
This ain't Dominican Republic where they say I know black. This is some real people out here.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna say there is Puerto Ricans that are also ignorant to their heritage and not knowing the actual like history of the island, of their race, of our people, and those are the ones that are also, I wouldn't declassify them, but like they don't look at it in the same way as the people from the island. You know what I'm saying? So like there is some division there, and I can argue that's probably due to parents not actually educating their kids of who they are, what they are and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm not saying that the Spanish side don't have their bad apples, because they definitely do. It's all races. But Bad Bunny at the end of his concert says the one thing more powerful than hate is love, bro. Like he basically wants everybody to be together and united, not separate, and my race is better than yours, or I'm above you because I'm this or that. Like he was like, we're all one people, regardless of what color we are.
Yeah, man. My thing is, I feel like if there's been Super Bowls with white singers, and there's been a Super Bowl performance with black singers. I feel like if everybody can celebrate Taylor Swift, if she has a Super Bowl performance, I don't see why we can't celebrate Bad Bunny or anybody else.
Big uproar when is their artist.
And you know what's even funny? This man Bad Bunny even brought out Lady Gaga. She had like the whole Puerto Rican like outfit going on. She had like the Puerto Rican flower pinned into her dress, and she was just sitting there singing a salsa song, a Bruno Mars song. She was singing a Bruno Mars song. He's also Puerto Rican, if he didn't know that. She was singing a Bruno Mars song in a salsa beat. And a lot of Latinos that watch that Super Bowl has now deemed Lady Gaga as officially Titi Gaga.
I'm done.
Yeah. She's been accepted in the Latin community because that was a fire performance she did. And that was probably bad.
From what I heard, why she was actually at the Super Bowls, because this couple was getting married and they're like really big fans of Bad Bunny. Well, the husband is, and the wife is a big fan of Lady Gaga. So the husband messaged out to Bad Bunny. He's like, I appreciate if you can make it to my wedding and sing like a song. We can pay you rah rah rah. And he's like, you know what? Come to my Super Bowl performance and I'll play that song for you. And then Bad Bunny reached out to Lady Gaga and told them about the situation, and he gave her the invite to his Super Bowl performance so she could do the same thing, sing one of the songs for them.
Yeah, and fun fact, speaking of that wedding that happened, that wedding that y'all saw in the Super Bowl performance, if y'all watched Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance, was an actual wedding. Those people actually got married live on the Super Bowl.
Yep, that's the wedding I'm talking about.
That's actually fire.
That's the couple I'm talking about.
So, Angel, I did post a couple pictures. I think it needs to, well, at least regards to Bad Bunny, I think it needs to be taught the Jake Paul tweets, because I think those went the most viral. And it's so ironic.
His own brother said like he don't condone what his brother said.
No, he when somebody asked Logan Paul, if he's gonna watch the halftime show, he said, no, I ain't watching that crap. So he switched up. They both switched up once they got, because they thought people were gonna rally behind their statements.
Did I tell you?
But then once they got backlash.
You said what?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, at the college championship games, that boy walked right past me.
Yeah, what'd you do?
He didn't know who he was.
Yo, I love the fact
No.
that this motherfucker really the last tweet
Stephen A. Smith.
says, "Guys, I love Bad Bunny. I don't know what happened on my Twitter last night. This motherfucker, bro." Trying to say shit got hacked. And, yo, get out of here, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Got a backpedal.
Yeah, he did.
Backpedal. Because here's the thing about it. One, he lives in Puerto Rico, so he's saying that Puerto Ricans are fake American citizens like Bad Money, but he lives in Puerto Rico.
Oh, yo, people called his ass out. People called Jake Paul out. They even called Logan Paul out. And the Puerto Ricans on the island said, "Dude, the only reason why you live in our island is for a fucking tax break."
Yeah.
Damn.
And yeah, and even like Amanda Serrano, because because he does the YouTube box and stuff, so he champions, a lot of female boxers, and one of them is Amanda Serrano, and she's Puerto Rican, and even she had to make a statement, distancing herself from his comments and calling him out. So it's crazy that he would literally, one of his boxers that he promotes is Puerto Rican. He lives in Puerto Rico, but yet for some reason when Bad Bunny performs on the Super Bowl, it's all of a sudden bad, because how dare Puerto Rican perform in the Super Bowl, because he's not a real American citizen. It's just weird, you know what I'm saying? It's just so weird. There's definitely
weird energy.
People using
it is weird
Bad Bunny to divide, and there's a lot of people who have bought into that. It's crazy that was more of a controversy or more of a focus than the actual game itself was a halftime show.
Like I will say this, that the halftime show, for not even just Puerto Ricans in general, for like the Hispanic countries all around, not just Puerto Rico, like this was a big thing for us because I'll tell you a little brief of upbringing. Like me as a kid, being brown, being Puerto Rican, if I spoke a lick of Spanish, people will look at me weird. Back in the 90s when I was a kid, and being brown, we would always get looked differently because we spoke a different language. So, and that's just not me. I've seen a lot of friends that are Hispanic, Mexican, Puerto Rican, regardless of having that same issues back in the day. People will look at us different. We were scared to speak Spanish because we think people are gonna look at us weird or be racist towards us. They treat us differently, like just because we spoke a different language. Yeah, that's a big thing, man. Like and that's why for us, Bad Bunny performing was a big deal for us, because we have somebody that's a Spanish singer, Spanish speaking person headlining a show that normally we wouldn't even get a chance to do something like that. And sending out a powerful message that way at the same time, like that. I think his performance was really beautiful, and it sent out a great message.
Yeah, and it's what's it called? I looked up what the most common language outside of English is, and damn near like 48 states of the United States, the most common language is Spanish. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know why people are acting like they brand new, like they don't know people out here in America speaking Spanish or
bilingual. Speakers are becoming the more predominant American class citizens.
Spanish is a sexy ass language too, bro. I don't know why motherfuckers hating.
Hey, don't say that.
No. Why, yeah, Sammy?
And don't act like you guys
don't your girl speak that?
Exactly.
So he know firsthand. Here's my thing. I feel like, she might be cussing you out in Spanish, and it might be a turn on.
Don't be putting too many people on. Let me just say that.
But here's the thing. Hold on. The same people who talking about Bad Bunnies in Spanish and I don't like it are the same people who listen to anime openings in Japanese. They don't know a lick of what they saying, but they be singing along to it, vibing to the music,
people, bro. I don't know.
Different people.
Everybody watches anime. Come on.
I will leave the Bad Bunny thing at this. I remember a quote that Billie Eilish said, because she was speaking about the Bad Bunny situation, and she was like, a lot of people have, I don't know the exact wording, but essentially what she was trying to imply is a lot of people have strong opinions about Bad Bunny on a land that was stolen.
Yep.
That's a fact.
On stolen land. Like, how hypocritical can we be when we are on stolen land ourselves? Like, this is not our land.
Yeah.
This was the land of the Indians.
But
Yep. Shout out to the natives.
Yeah, shout out to Native Americans, you know, because, you know, there's all this hate about different languages, different people, different colors and whatnot, but the originators and the original settlers of this country before it was stolen were the Native Americans, who were dark complexion, you know, race. Let's be honest. And you can also look at the tombs or the little scrolls and the tablets. If you look at our ancestors, what do you all see in the tablets? Let's be honest. They're all dark complexion people. The Egypt tablets and stuff, all dark skinned people. Just it's all there.
Yeah, it's definitely weird when people, you know, you go to a country, colonize, or you settle, you immigrate to an area, but then you try to ridicule the people who live in that space. If you don't want to, you know, deal with those people, then why move? Go back to your country. You know what I'm saying? Go back to where your lands are from. Don't go to South Africa. Don't go to South Africa and then complain about there's too many Africans. Don't go to the Americas and then complain, oh, there's too many, you know, indigenous people. There's too many people speaking Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came here, you're gonna have to, you know, these are the people that are in these lands.
Also, if you're going to visit Puerto Rico, be respectful of the island, because there's been cases where fucking people were killing the coqui frogs because they were doing their coqui noise at night that they always do. That's like a staple in Puerto Rico. Tourists was killing them frogs because they felt it was annoying them hearing that coqui noise. You don't ever go to a different land, different island, different area and just disrespect the island like that. Like, you know, the Puerto Ricans accept tourism with open arms for people to disrespect the island and try to kill off the coqui frogs, which is literally the mascot of Puerto Rico. Those coqui frogs are nowhere else in this world other than Puerto Rico, because that's the only place and climate that they could survive in.
Do you think if there was like a native Hawaiian singer, that the controversy would have been the same as like a Puerto Rican? Because both are like islands that are territories of the United States.
It would have been the same controversy, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
They don't want anybody. They don't want anybody colored performing.
Those people won't complain about Rihanna. Rihanna's not a U.S. citizen. She wasn't born in America.
When's the last time when did she perform?
I think there was a post about a whole bunch of singers that people would be okay with, and they're not even Americans. You know, they weren't born in America. Yep. But people will love
the poll that came out that they did of who they'd be okay with singing at the Super Bowl.
Well, no, they were basically implying, because, you know, if Rihanna did do the Super Bowl, didn't she?
I'm not sure.
Yes, he did. It was actually I liked it. It was a good one. It was good. She did a good job. She was pregnant. Performance? Did anybody complain? It wasn't like the Bad Bunny. No, it wasn't like Bad Bunny.
Exactly my point. And she wasn't American.
I know.
Yeah, she's from Barbados.
Yeah, you know, I want to say she's not American because she's probably an American citizen now, but like she's not from America.
Nicki Minaj ain't a citizen. That's why she been all, you know, doing what she doing. Yeah, she Rihanna. Why is I'm trying to think, why is the controversy different? Maybe it's because of the political environment that we're in right now.
I mean,
yeah, and I think because Bad Bunny,
Rihanna been in the U.S. so long, she basically socially accepted.
Yeah, people tend to forget that she's not, you know, from this country.
She has an accent.
No, what it is, I think Bad Bunny made a statement, and I think because Bad Bunny said something that some of the people on the other side disagree with. They thought, he's anti-American.
You know what it is? I remember what it is.
And in the Grammys,
I was watching something. He pointed out. Someone pointed out in a video that it's all because Bad Bunny supported Kamala Harris, and Trump's been on his case ever since.
Oh yeah, even Trump tweeted about the Bad Bunny concert. He said some nasty.
You know, the president of the United States called on about talking about, it was disgusting. He said, I can't believe they were dancing and gyrating their hips in front of kids. I'm like, bro, why are you talking about kids when you're in the Epstein files? You are Diddy Jr. You're Diddy speaking.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Diddy's friend.
You know, this is another thing. there is more hate on Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl than people are talking about the damn Epstein files. Now, this is what's wrong in America. America's being run by, PDF people, but y'all gonna complain about the Super Bowl performance being headlined by a Puerto Rican. Okay, I see where everybody's head's at. I'm sorry.
A lot of haters.
That's talk your shit, man.
I'm just saying, let's have some common sense, Americans. Like, I'm really gonna hate about a Spanish person doing the Super Bowl, or are we gonna hate on, the people that are running this country? Let's pick our battles here.
I just sent the Trump tweet or whatever, so I'm gonna read it in Trump's voice.
Oh God!
The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense. It is an affront to the greatness of America and doesn't represent our standards of success and creativity or excellence. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world. This show is just a slap to the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market and 401k in history. There was nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show. And watch, it will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue what's going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace this ridiculous new kickoff rule. Make America great again. President Donald J. Trump.
The fact that you know how to do a Donald Trump is actually kind of wild.
Yeah, that's kind of wild, bro. That's kind of wild. That needs to be clips right there.
You've been practicing that shit.
That is a cartoon.
Yeah, appreciate that latchkey system. Appreciate you guys, still sticking on even past the Speedstorm conversation. We talk about all things gaming or even just media related, all the talk of the talk, all the drama or anything regarding the gaming community or even just the entertainment industry in general.
Yeah, because the country was crashing out over this halftime show, and so this is the Crash Out podcast, so we're going to talk about it. It's
Listen, man, fuck Trump. Listen, every American don't support Trump.
I was just like,
It's a political podcast, by the way. So
yeah, there's definitely not a political podcast. So we're trying to make it less political as possible, but we gotta somewhat put that in there because that's
you gotta call out goofy when it's goofy. We ain't said nothing about no policies or anything. We
just keeping it real, man, and we just giving our takes on everything. We just stay on business more than anything. Well, I mean that's pretty much everything.
We like when things are fair.
Exactly. And that was basically everything controversy wise that has been going on with the whole Bad Bunny show. I thought, to close it off, I thought it was a great show. He did everything he could. He pretty much did all his bangers, bop, 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 bop. And the special guests were nice. Lady Gaga was definitely a surprise. I mean, I was shocked, but it flowed great. It was a beautiful message. And I look forward to seeing, who's going to be the next halftime show for next year.
For sure, man, for sure. I guess my last thing to say about is I've seen a lot more positive than negative on it. So I think Bad Bunny should keep doing this thing. The people of the islands, the Jamaicans, we loved it.
Yep.
I knew when my mom said she loved it and she didn't know who Bad Bunny was. I knew it was genuine and legit. So
100%.
Bad Bunny.
Hey, months ago, we probably pissed off some of the people we probably got some people in the chat talking about, man, what do you mean? I hated Bad Bunny. That halftime show was trash.
Look, one last thing to take away from his concert, and he said this in Spanish, and I'm gonna translate what he said when I think this was in the beginning of the show. He said in Spanish, and I quote, "My name is Benito, and the reason why I am here is because I believed in myself and I worked my ass off to get to where I am." And at the end, he said, "Make this a case that if I can do this, you can too. All you got to do is believe in yourself." He basically said all that. Basically, like, I'm here, and he's talking to everybody like I was a normal person. He was a freaking cashier at a grocery store, and he said, "Look, I didn't never stop believing in myself, and that's why I am where I am right now." So basically telling everybody, don't believe in your, like, keep believing in yourselves, because you can get to where he is too, or wherever you want to be in life as well, if you just continue believing in yourself.
And look, and I was, yep, and I guess just to piggyback off of that, and even regardless of what happens, there's always gonna be haters. There's always gonna be people who, have something to say, but don't let that stop you. You know what I'm saying? He had an opportunity, and he went out there and put on a show and did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So don't let no haters or detractors stop you from doing what you feel like you have a calling to do.
Hey, Roger Snyder, man, shout out MJ.
The king of pop, baby.
The ones, bro.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's always. He's
he had those. Michael Jackson had those views in his Super Bowl halftime before social media. So
exactly. So, yeah, Michael Jackson will forever probably be the king of the performances of Super Bowl. Like back when there's no internet, no nothing, he was able to get over 100 million
This
views.
man was a billionaire before people like celebrities really started becoming billionaires. Like, take that in.
Yeah, man, Michael Jackson, he was out there making the hoes faint, man. Imagine having that much power. No one man should have all that power.
Yeah.
That's what Kanye said. He was.
I guess one quick thing: Lewis Hamilton is dating Kim Kardashian.
Oh, God.
No way, he's gonna crash the Ferrari.
Sir Lewis. So we're gonna see if this is gonna help him this season, or or not.
They got the curse, bro. But what happened to James Harden? He had to dump his bro mid-season just to get back in form.
All right, so how about we segue off the halftime, and let's talk about the freaking Xbox Hybrid League, because I'm excited about this,
bro.
We got 3 more topics. We got Xbox Hybrid Leagues, we got Dragon Ball, and then we got Mario Galaxy. So
no, we also got the Xbox Showcase.
Well, I kind of combined those two since.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what do you want to talk about first? The hybrid or the Showcase?
Let's talk about the hybrid, because that's new news.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Xbox Hybrid leaks. AMD leaked out. The potential release date of 2027 for the hybrid.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Microsoft was shocked when AMD did that too. By the way, they were completely flabbergasted as to why AMD kind of leaked that out. But yeah, I mean, the Xbox Hybrid, we talked about this recently as well in the podcast. The hybrid is supposed to be Windows and Xbox operating system kind of working as one. You can kind of flip past it. You can kind of see this preview in the LIX. It's essentially the beta as to what this new Xbox's operating system is going to look like.
I guess the best way to envision this is almost like having a PC where you can dual boot like Mac and Windows, and you can just swap between the two.
Now, mind you, this is going to be in a very expensive console. I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds like this is Xbox first attempt, and this is probably the first attempt in console history to do a hybrid style console, other than the Switch, because the Switch is handheld and console, but PC console hybrid, this is the first time ever. Then this is a gamble that Microsoft has taken. This is literally closing the gap between PC gaming and console gaming, if you think about it, because now you have everything all in one.
Yep. And that's what Steam was trying to beat everybody to the punch with. But now that they're going to be priced out because of all the RAM prices going up, Microsoft's like, bro, we out here got a deal with some of these RAM distributors. We could put this console out at a loss and compete with you guys and run you out of business.
That's a fact.
They want to do that. To be coming out
the next year because AMD CEO leaked it. And now Microsoft is trying to walk it back, saying, "Oh,
it's not confirmed.
It could drop next year, but it could also drop 2028. We're in no rush." But it's just you just saying to save face at this point.
You can't take back the words from AMD, who is your supplier for your CPU GPU combo chips.
Yep, I'm currently working on this console with you, bro.
So like you can deny it all you want. AMD knows your roadmap because they're the ones that are supplying you the chips you need for this new console.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, this console's done in 2027, but we're gonna wait a year and a half just cause.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. Crazy talk. I'm excited for the new console though. I mean, I don't really need the consoles anymore because I got a PC, but I'm hoping that with this new operating system that can like flip flop, that they'll give us this option as PC gamers, because I love the interface of the Xbox interface that you can like flip flop, because you can put it in a mode where you can turn off all your resources off your PC, so you can juice up your games, because now you can feed the games all the power of your PC, because all the other stuff that's taking some of your resources away, you can turn it off with this dual mode.
But Angel, that's not even the biggest revelation of late. Like, from what I've been hearing is that this console is gonna have full backwards compatibility from the OG Xbox all the way up to now. So all the games that didn't have compatibility before, even though Xbox was doing the back compatibility program, every game you'll be able to play, period.
Yeah, I hate how it's always like a select a group of games that are backwards compatible and not every game. So
mind you, they have a vast library of games you could go back and play, but now this is saying it's every game. Like you can go back from every console and play all the games.
So let me ask all you Sony console players. I think Nano and Caleb, that's you. Do you think Sony tries to come back and compete with this, or do they go their own way?
Oh, at this point,
they go their own way. I don't think they're going to do that.
I think they're doing the PS6. I don't think they're going to do a hybrid, because like, how are you going to compete with Microsoft? They don't have the money to do that.
I feel like unless they would, I feel like they're already working on the 6. I think that they were talking about releasing the PS6 like next year or something like that. But then I think they pushed it back because of the economy and different stuff going on with chips and stuff. But
yeah, I heard
think they already
pushed back to what, 2030 or something like that.
So my question to that would be, what would be PlayStation's argument to get a PlayStation over an Xbox if Xbox is also a PC now that can also play some of the PlayStation exclusives through the Steam store?
It's just getting the exclusives first, because with PlayStation, their strategy is they make it exclusive for PlayStation for like the first year. Then after like a year, then they put it to Steam and PC and stuff.
I mean, so technically the exclusive is going to be better on this hybrid now, because if it's dropping on the
PC mode,
yeah, you can switch it to PC mode and PC mode the graphic settings, so you can make the game run better and still look good.
But also, so what if these games don't drop on the PS5 because they're too demanding?
I mean, there's a PS5 Pro and like a PS6.
Too demanding?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
It wouldn't be too demanding, because
are you trying to say
hasn't
like the Xbox games being ported over to PlayStation because Xbox would? Are you saying the new Xbox is gonna be more powerful than the PS6?
Yeah, which was already leaked. I mean, we already seen the specs from both. It's just one's getting delayed.
So I mean, I seen the
specs. Will be able to run on PS6 though.
But I also would say that
most games can run on PS5.
The last 10 years, both Xboxes and PlayStation consoles at least have been very similar in power. Like, I mean, most cases Xbox have been a little bit more powerful, but that's just like a little bit to where maybe a game can't be 60 FPS, or they got to turn down something a little bit more, whereas maybe it's not native 4K or upscaled 4K to be able to still have that same type of performance. But like, they have been very similar when it comes to CPU and GPU combos for like the last like 2 console generations, I think.
But now it's going to be different. That's the thing. Like, everyone was saying, the Series S is holding the generation back. What's the narrative now? The hybrid is going to come out. It's going to be as powerful as a mid-range PC.
No, people have been saying the PS4 has been holding people back. Not the Series.
Not as much as...
No, that's exactly...
When the new consoles came out, everyone said it was a Series S. The reason why the new gen games weren't coming out the way they needed to. It was only lately that there was...
The Series S
came out, but I think for after a while, I think it started becoming the PS4, because it's still a whole bunch of people on the PS4s.
And you know how bad that is, that people don't feel the need to upgrade to a PS5 because the PS4 can play all those games. that PS5 can. It just it runs a little bit better on
Sony dropped the
PS5.
ball on that one.
That is the game developers aren't really pushing the narrative or pushing. That's why you said, oh, can the PS5 run these games? Yes, because there hasn't been a game that's came out that has really like tested out the specs of the PS5. Like no game has been like what do they call it? Been taxing on the PS5 to where it's so graphically impressive that the PS5 had a hard time playing it. No, they haven't pushed the PS5 has not been pushed to its limit yet. Is what I'm saying.
I generally think with this new release of the Xbox,
it definitely has. It definitely has. I will say that PS5 and well, think about it. There is games that struggle on a PC with specs that are more powerful than both PS5
That's about
and
optimization.
Xboxes. I mean, that is optimization, but just think about it. These developers optimize the game on the consoles where everything is turned down, and the game nearly does not look as the same as they could on PC, nor will it perform the same as on PC because of that as well. Because it's like a dumbed down version of the port, because you know the specs on a Xbox and a PlayStation are not nearly as good as what you can get on a PC.
Well, PC is always going to be stronger. Like even Spider-Man 2 is better on the PC, but that doesn't mean that the game wasn't like.
Well, that's what I was, because you were saying
that
that like the games will be able to play it on, but like for example, what I was trying to say is they would struggle. Say for example, if I have a game completely maxed out, if you try to play that same game on a PlayStation or on an Xbox, it would 100% struggle on max settings. So like the consoles definitely can struggle. It's just the ports, you know, are made well enough to where they don't struggle because you know they fit the settings for the specs of the console.
So here's my question now, because I might know the answer already, but I want to know what you think, Angel. Like in terms of newer games that come out and the hybrid's already out, like what are the third parties doing? Are they making an Xbox version for this, or they're saying, well, you know what, because Xbox is a PC at this point, we can just drop a PC version, and on the Xbox you can like tweak with the settings until you get it the way you need it to run.
No, because essentially that's just a PC at that point.
But I mean, it is a PC.
Right, but at that point, I don't think they're gonna like give you like they're gonna lock it down for the console specs for the Xbox side, and then you will have your freedom on the PC side.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do they make two different games for the Xbox, or is it just like
well, yeah,
for the Xbox, or is it just like, okay, because we know you a hybrid, we're just gonna assume that everyone's gonna play it like it's on a PC?
Now I don't even know, to be honest, because this is the first time this is happening, so we don't even know like exactly how things are. I mean, on the AiAi X, are you able to do something like that? Because essentially the AiAi X is essentially what the new Xbox interface is going to look like, or at least based off of.
You think Microsoft's gonna have to dictate, you know, to publishers like, okay, we know we're a hybrid, but make a Xbox specific version of the game, and then if you want to play a specific PC game, then you know what you got to do. You got to load up the Windows, and then do it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see.
But I mean, if there's a hybrid, if the price is appropriate, I'll probably get a hybrid console. Or because if I either a Series X or a hybrid, because I think the Series X ended up getting a price hike because of the tariffs and whatever the heck's going on, you know. So it might be something to maybe consider getting. Because I do want to get an Xbox. So right now I just only have a PlayStation. But
I think I want to play is the best thing to do, because if you get the hybrid, Caleb, you're not going to be missing out on those PlayStation games.
Yeah, depending on.
And if you get the Game Pass, you locked in, bro. You getting some bangers. You already know Expedition dropped in Game Pass day one.
I play Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation. I play, you know, there's Last of Us. All these games run well on PlayStation. I have no worries there. I don't need a PC to play PlayStation games.
I'm just saying, if for whatever reason, all of a sudden a new PlayStation exclusive comes out, you're like, I want to play this on higher settings. Boom.
Get a PS5 Pro.
All right. And so, I
No.
mean, aside from that, I mean, I know the showcase happened a couple weeks ago. They showed Forza, they showed Fable, and that's really the only two games I can remember because the other ones I really could care less on. Truthfully, I'm sorry.
Hold on, I gotta
Fable looked interesting.
Cause I am looking forward to Fable, but I gotta Google like everything they showed because I forgot.
It was what, 5 games that they showed?
They showed 5 games. I think Fable was probably like the standout out of all those 5 games.
Honestly, Fable was the only game I cared about. No disrespect to the other games, but I already knew Forza was coming out.
Or did they not show?
No,
I mean,
Gears wasn't shown.
The Forza game is actually pretty nice, though. The Forza game is based in Japan.
Yeah,
in Tokyo.
I knew that was coming, so I was like, you know what? I don't care that Forza is gonna come out and it's gonna be at the showcase because I already know what to expect from Forza. But Fable,
there's always
this shit's been announced since like 2020. I ain't seen much shit about Fable. I need to see what this shit looks like because I'm worried. I want to see this game do well, and did a good job from what I saw.
There's always going to be new Forza anyway, but Fable comes around once in a generation, so it's definitely more of a big deal.
Yeah, and the way they talked about it, how they try to stay true to Lionhead's vision, and they respect Lionhead's like IP, and like what they did to this game is crazy. Like the amount of unique NPCs that you're gonna come across, the unique conversations. They implemented AI, so like the AI, you're not gonna get the same interactions with people, bro. That's crazy.
Okay, so
very crazy.
I figured out which game I actually cared more than Fable.
The Pokemon one?
Reincarnation. Yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are the people who made the Pokemon are called?
Game
what
Freak.
are they called again?
Game Freak.
Game Freak. Yeah, they showed the Game Freak.
Honestly, I'm not really hyped about it because it is being made by Game Freak, and every time Game Freak makes a game,
okay, so
they struggle with optimization.
Actually, it's like they have the name that it's made by Game Freak, but I think they actually outsourced devs, and it's actually not made by the same people who made Pokemon.
Interesting.
Okay, we'll see. I hope not.
Development team.
I hope not.
Which kind of sucks because I can't even say like it's by the people who made Pokemon. So that kind of does suck, but hey, the game looks fucking fire, so I'm hyped for the game, bro. It should be a beast to me.
How's it going, Effortastic?
Yo, what up, Effort? I want to say Fable is the game I'm looking forward to. I played all 3. I mean, this time it's gonna be single player. I love the co-op aspect. Maybe we get a Fable 2 and they'll implement like a co-op
again, like how they did the first time around.
Yeah, like I would love to be able to play the game with my partners or my homies or whatever, and just play the game together and do like missions, kill bosses, whatnot. But I'm really excited for this Fable game. I'm probably gonna get a day 1 to stream it just because I love
definitely
Fable.
getting a day 1 as well.
And I'm excited to see what the studio does with Fable. And
even though it's gonna be day 1 in Game Pass, I'm still buying it day 1.
Yeah, I'm getting on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait and see the reception on Fable, and then I'll decide if I want to get it.
I never played any of the other Fables, so it's not like I'm like, oh, I have to play this game, but it looks good. It looks like something like I'm play that game eventually. Like I'll catch it on sale. Maybe I'll buy it, when it comes out. But it's just, it looks like something that I want to try out. Essentially, it looked fun. It looked like whatever they was cooking in the oven, it's starting to pay off. So the gameplay looked good. The combat looked good. In the world and environment, there's giants. There's a bunch of people, like your interactions can change a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it looked very interesting. So
Yeah,
I don't.
it
Every
looks
time
like a game that you're gonna be like immersed in type shit.
It
yeah.
does. It does.
So until GTA 6 comes out, we got some stuff to hold us over. Crimson Desert. We got Fable.
Hey,
We got a lot of
it's
stuff.
official. GTA 6 is going to be released at the end of this year. No, was it November that they said?
Who said it?
We
Is that a
shall see.
guarantee?
That's what
We'll see.
Rockstar tweeted, right? Didn't Rockstar
What
tweet that?
Rockstar
I mean,
said.
yeah. I mean, they can say something and take it back.
Hey, Angel, I still
We said that.
He is released.
these trailers in
But
the
because of some unforeseen
you can have
circumstances,
them
we have
play.
to push it back again.
I got these trailers in the group chat, Angel. You can have them play in the background.
But yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, Fable and Beast of Reincarnation are the two games I have my eyes out that they showed at the Xbox showcase.
So, Angel, what do you think about the combat that they showed for Fable?
I think it looks amazing.
How can I help you, boss?
You think it's a step up, or it's
I
just
think
about
so.
right from the?
I think
it's
it's a good step up.
Very
The
impressive.
graphics look amazing.
Yep.
This game look, I can't wait. I'm getting my streaming PC in a couple of weeks, guys. I'll be able to play these games at max setting without worrying about frame dropping or sharing bandwidth. So like, we're going to be immersed in these games at 4K quality. That's all I get to say.
The only thing that I noticed was it looked like the game was running on 30 frames for most of the part that they were showing in the game. Hopefully that's not a thing when it drops. Hopefully you can run it at 60 frames.
Yeah, that's my issue with quote unquote next gen gaming. Next gen gaming is a bunch of good ray tracing graphics, but stuck at 30 frames. I guess maybe that's what the PS5 Pro is for, so you can get the graphics at 60. But yeah, it seems like
hopefully with the new consoles, we don't have that problem with the 30 frames, because we should not be. It's 2026. We should be not playing and being capped at 30 frames per second on a console.
I'll say what, he's not gonna happen on the hybrid Xbox.
Shit, that's the bad thing about fucking last gen. About niggas being on last gen for so long, because then developers feel like they gotta hinder the current gen stuff to make shit for the last gen shit.
Yeah, but last gen's losing support. Didn't they just mention the other day that PS4 is starting to lose support now? Like you can't even get PlayStation Plus stuff from it.
Though.
Yeah, that's
come on. How, what 2026 until a new decade
was about to come out.
Microsoft did that in 2020 when games are coming out and you won't be able to play them on the Xbox One X, even though the One X is just as powerful as the Series S.
Imagine the PlayStation 6 coming out, and they still got to make games for the PS4. We got to make it to PS4.
Oh man, PS5 is gonna be lasting for a hot minute, even when PS6 comes out.
Yeah,
It is, but I'm still getting a lot of good use out of my PS5. So
I don't think I'm gonna get a new PlayStation console until it's like my PS5 is like sounding like a jet engine running the game. Until then, I'm gonna keep my PS5. It's I'm getting my money's worth out of it. I know that.
Halo said he's gonna be running until the wheels fall off.
Hell yeah! You know how hard it was to get this thing.
You have to rob a scalper?
I ain't paying scalper prices. Hell no. But damn near, it's part of the game.
Is it so I guess is this Super Mario Galaxy time?
Is it, or is it the
I mean, I can speak and leave Dragon Ball for last. We can
Oh well,
okay.
I mean, it's whatever y'all want to do first.
Well, I mean, I feel like I guess we can talk about Mario Galaxy because it's a lot older.
Yeah, so
Get
Mario
out the
Galaxy
way.
movie. They got a new trailer. Will we get copyrighted if we show this trailer?
Probably it's Nintendo.
All right, so I'm not gonna show it. But what you guys think about the trailer?
Don't people do reactions to it? I thought it looked good. I think Rosalina looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? They did good with her design. I did hear something about they tweet Peach. I don't think that was necessary. I like Peach's like face in the first one. but I think they made her look like more like Anya Taylor-Joy versus Princess Peach.
Yeah, I guess she probably didn't look like Peach from Smash, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
didn't mind it, though.
What, the new one or the old one?
I actually didn't mind Peach, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really notice until you
I put a
just said it
trailer
right
in
now.
the
Yeah, they did a
triangle.
comparison.
You can play it. Hopefully that one doesn't get us copyrighted. No, I made sure it wasn't Nintendo or anything adjacent to it, so we wouldn't get touched.
You know, Odyssey, you know, had some similar themes, you know, traveling to different worlds and planets and the moon
you
and
think
whatnot.
they'll go to New Donk City?
Hey, they can get. Was Pauline? I think Pauline was in the first movie, like the OG, like an older Pauline. But I think what people are saying that some people are, some Mario fans are upset with is like, where's Princess Daisy? They got Peach, they got Rosalina, they have Pauline. She made her. They didn't go to New Donk City, but she did make an appearance. But where's Daisy? Is Daisy gonna show up in the movies?
She might. I think this movie is gonna set up for a third movie, and they're gonna have another credit scene. Because remember how the first one it showed Yoshi or Yoshi in the credit scene. I think it was like Yoshi's egg or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to it, and I thought the first movie was fire. So I know
it was amazing.
this one's gonna slap.
As much as we love the Sonic movies, the Mario movie, it has some fire scenes, especially that Tanuki flying scene, run away from Banzai Bill. That shit was.
It was, man. And then when they were all using they had like a little Mario Kart section when they was all.
Yeah. Oh, that was peak. That was peak.
Fire,
that was the essence of Mario right there. And I believe the people who made this movie are Illumination Studios. So the people who make Despicable Me movies are the people who are making this movie. And it seems like Nintendo made sure that, you know, they getting their best animators for this, because everything's been looking good, man.
Shit, if it's one thing Nintendo gonna do, they always gonna do right by Mario. they gonna make sure Mario come out looking
yeah.
I sure hope. I don't care what nobody says. At the end of all of these Mario movies, I sure hope it sets up for a Smash movie.
None of it is all this Smash talk. Smash this, smash that.
Gotta get Ganondorf.
That, bro. People would go crazy.
Got Smash on his mind like crazy.
Yes, but what they gotta have Captain Falcon, so they gotta come out with an F-Zero movie first.
They do. That's what I'm saying. They could come out with like a Captain Falcon movie.
Yo,
I mean, they
can't do it.
This live action Zelda.
I never said they couldn't. I said they gonna do that shit.
If they can do, if they want to make money, like I know a lot of people who have seen that movie Redline. If they can make Redline, I feel like an F-Zero movie would kind of be like the Nintendo version of Redline, which could be dope.
Hell yeah, bro! I think an F-Zero movie would go hard. Especially if they put in this much into the animations.
Ooh. So, yeah, I mean, Pokemon, I guess there was the Detective Pikachu, there's Sonic movies, there's Mario, Kirby. I don't think they come with a Kirby movie, though.
They didn't, but that'll be fire too, bro.
They'll probably come with a Kirby movie before an F-Zero movie, if we be honest.
The thing...
They're doing a Zelda movie, too.
The only thing that I'm worried about is they're doing this live action Zelda thing, and I would have just preferred if it was like animated, bro. I don't know.
I think the live action could slap.
Yeah, but how are they supposed to link that to Smash?
It is what it is. They'll just have the live action characters in the Smash.
Bro, that's stupid, bro.
I know about to crash out.
I'm just glad
okay. Like, think about it. Smash sells like bonkers, right? It's one of the best selling things on Nintendo, period. If you have the Marvel universe and you have like Avengers and Endgame and stuff like that, if I'm Nintendo and the first Super Mario movie sold like crazy. I'm thinking about a way to set up a Smash universe that will print money.
I think it would. I think it would print money. You already got Sonic's model from the Sonic movies. You already got the Mario models. All you gotta do is bring in the the models of the rest of the original Smash crew. You could just bring the original just to not go crazy.
Man,
And see how it would do.
You already know after how Sega was dissing Nintendo with the whole kart racing saga that they ain't putting Sonic in the fucking Smash.
I mean, maybe not Sonic, but there's a whole bunch of characters that could be in Smash.
Right, they got Donkey Kong, they got Mario. I forgot Donkey Kong was in the Mario movie, so they already got models for Donkey Kong. So they already have a nice. They got Pokemon's movie, the Detective Pikachu, so they got that already too. So like they could do it.
Yep.
Roger, I have not seen Zootopia 2 yet, but I want to see it.
Roger, I have seen Zootopia 2, and it's a man. I would say, in my opinion, I think it's better than the first one.
Yeah, I heard Zootopia was nice.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, and it's made a lot of good money for a reason. But yeah, I gotta see it. Yeah, I think it's in digital right now, but it's like I hate. This is what we were talking about earlier. I wish it was just in Disney Plus. Like, if you're gonna make it digital, just put it on Disney Plus. Let me watch it. But
I guess I can squeeze all the money out real quick before they put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right,
but I mean, that's pretty much my what I have to say about the Mario movie. I'm excited for it.
Same. Yo, so we already at the 3-hour mark. So let's go ahead and just finish it off with the last.
Hold on. I just wanted to add something real quick.
Sammy, come on.
It's just one movie trailer. I thought that would have been neat that we could all talk about and look at. Is the He-Man Master of the Universe trailer?
Oh, with Jared Leto as Skeletor.
Yeah, this look heat. So you could play this Angel. I honestly think this movie is gonna be a hit as well this summer.
Oh yeah. I used to watch He-Man,
Me too.
He-Man.
That, the Thundercats, like I really think this is gonna be a hit movie because all the old heads gonna bring their kids watching this movie.
Hey, maybe they'll get
to watch.
Maybe they'll eventually get the Brave Star or something. They coming out with He-Man now. The Native American hero? That was kind of like He-Man.
That one.
On the same channel and everything. You ain't seen it?
Yeah, you gotta remember, I'm in Canada.
Y'all got different programming, yeah.
So yeah.
So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy.
I never watched this trailer before, so I mean, it looks good though.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it does look good.
Can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
Yeah, I think this will be a good movie. Yeah.
I think they realize, nobody supports any new ideas, so they just bring back all the old stuff and modernizing it.
You know why? You want to know why? Because there's no freaking creativity anymore, and
That's a fact.
people depend on AI for their ideas and shit, and nothing comes out as good as it used to. People are also scared to take risks, and that's in the industry as a whole, not just in entertainment, but gaming industry, music industry. Everybody's scared to take risks, so the risk factor is gone, and that's what made things so great back then. Is people took risks, win or loss.
Speaking of AI, apparently C-Dance 2.0 came out, and it's a Chinese AI thing, and it's literally coming out with like movie grade quality performances or animation.
Interesting.
They actually did I want to see your take on it because they did a fight scene between Beerus and Bulma, and it actually kind of looks fire.
You won't get see the problem I have with these AI things and try to do that is eventually you can't do that no more. They'll either ban your account or hit you with copyrights because you're using copyrighted characters.
That's usually in the early stages. People get away with that, but then I can see Toy trying to sue for copyright infringement.
Yeah, so like we can't even like do anything because once people start posting all those like fire like animations, they'll just stop the fun. Like, no, you can't do this, copyright. It's like, damn, man, I can't just freely try to like do something different with my favorite freaking characters. They're scared somebody's gonna make they're scared somebody's gonna make a Dragon Ball Super 2 and it blows everything out the water. That's what they're scared about.
Man, I was about to send you a link and it said the copyright link has been copyrighted.
You see what I mean? You see they're already on it, bro. See, that's crazy, man.
Already gone. Angel spoke.
You can't have nice things. You can't have nice things.
Wait, no, I found it. That must have been another one. They were doing like Marvel Avengers. They had like the Monkey King from Black Myth Wukong versus Thanos in Endgame. It was actually interesting. Hold on. Real quick, since we on Dragon Ball, bro. Check this out and just let's see what you think about this Sea Dance Bulma fight. If you think that it's starting to look kind of iffy, It's starting to look kind of crazy out here, man.
And this is AI made?
What?
And this is AI made?
Yeah, AI made.
Oh my god, yeah, this is why I'm watching this right now. This is exactly why Toei is gonna copyright it, because somebody's gonna make some fire ass hit, bro, and you're not gonna get no recognition for it. They even got the fucking music in the background, bro. Nah, this is why we can't have nice things. This shit's looking gas, bro. Like, what? They got the talking in it. They got the fight. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah. The way the water.
Yo, Toei will 100% copyright this because somebody could just do the moral arc before they do the moral arc.
Nah, someone could just finish solo leveling before season 3 even comes out. So I ain't waiting 2 years.
This is crazy, bro. This is how smart AI is getting, dude.
Motherfuckers want to get hit with a big ass fine.
You know what? I can see people using this shit to reanimate One Punch Man.
Yo, I would prefer that. Hey, let's get some One Punch Man Sea Dance episode.
This is crazy, guys. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. It's like I'm watching the anime right now, and it's not the anime. It's just AI made fight, which is crazy, bro. And damn, is this like so? Like, it could create longer videos. This is like a whole minute.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Look at that, dude. Look at Vegeta. I mean, obviously the eyes are kind of brownish or the grayish, but like, look at this, man. It's like I'm watching the anime, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. So yeah, Sea Dance 2.0. AI is getting crazy, man.
That means we could get Ultra Ego Vegeta right now. Somebody can just and make Ultra Ego Vegeta before freaking the animators go. Diabolical, bro.
All they gotta do is put in the manga panels one by one. All right, put this here. All right, now animate it.
Oh man,
yeah, bro,
that is
crazy. Definitely gotta watch out for this shit, bro. That shit was good.
And that's Bulma, bro. That's like it's like not even an actual Z fighter. It's Bulma going toe to toe with Beerus, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, this is what is it? Dragon Ball AF. They'll make Dragon Ball AF into a reality. We'll see Super Saiyan 5, 7, 6. We'll see finally Gohan Super Saiyan 4. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So I said, hell no, we can't have this happening.
Dragon Ball Hero.
The actual anime, what? Let me find out. Let me find out.
There's something you might not have noticed in the latest Dragon Ball.
So now with the Dragon Ball news, guys, it has been confirmed. The moral arc has been confirmed. So we're gonna see the moral arc in anime form. It's set for production, so it's not even in production yet. It's set for production, but we are getting new Dragon Ball, well, semi, because this is, you know, Dragon Ball Beerus is essentially the Battle of Gods, just like redrawn, and I guess respecting the original work of Akira. So like it's gonna be more manga influenced, which is what a lot of people, you know, wanted Super, you know, to be more manga influenced, since, you know, the Super anime kind of finished before the manga even finished. So, you know, the manga is very different when it comes to like the Goku Black saga and the Tournament of Power saga. There's a lot of differences between the anime and the manga. So from what they were saying, that this Beerus Dragon Battle of Gods remake is going to be, you know, closer to the work of the manga, and you know, this is, they only confirmed Beerus, but the leaks have said that this is going to be an ongoing thing up until the Tournament of Power, and then, you know, continue with the moral arc. So if that is true, that means we're gonna get Dragon Ball Super remade closer to the manga and no filler. They're condensing the episodes. Battle of Gods was 12 episodes. They're condensing Battle of Gods from 12 to 6 episodes.
Hey, get the fluff out, but focus on the fights. That's dope, because when you really look at anime, usually for an episode it's 20 minutes. The fight scene usually is only 10 minutes, and then the first 10 or the last 10 is just some fluff. So they're able to condense it down. It's all fighting. I'm all for it.
And they brought in really big names for this Beerus remake that they're doing. Like the guy that did the Brawly fight for the Dragon Ball Super Brawly movie, that whole 4-minute fight, they brought that man to do the fight scenes for this remake series.
Oh, so that's gonna be good. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, or Super whatever, the Gogeta fight
Super
versus
Saiyan
Broly
Blue. Yeah, that was crazy. Like the effects, the blast, and everything. That it was a beautiful looking fight. And knowing that this guy's gonna be doing the fights for the Super remake is crazy.
Since then, we've seen Toriyama jump on board with Toyotaro.
And then from the trailer of the Beerus, let me see if I can pull that up.
It's purely promotional value.
You can already look at the differences.
We might have a little more to go on, despite its incompleteness at the time. Who knows?
Oh yeah, look at the key differences. Also, they did say while we were watching this trailer that Beerus's character is going to be more towards the manga, which is a more serious character than the less comedic character that we got in the original Super series.
Well, he's not going to be a nice cat eating ice cream.
So is one like more canon than the other?
I wouldn't. You know, that's a good question. You know, truthfully, I think they're both canon, but this is going to be more heavily towards the manga, or it's gonna stay more true to the manga compared to what Super was. Like in Super Beerus did not wake up. In the Super anime series, Beerus did not wake up. He was already awoken. But in the Battle of the Gods movie and in the original Toriyama work, he was sleeping and got woken up. So that's good. Now that's going to be in this remake, but that's already a key difference. And I don't know if you guys look at this animation. Like this animation looks way better than what Super looked in the beginning.
Yeah, this shit look fire.
Yeah, they cooking, man. And I think this is a great way to introduce new people to the anime that may not have watched Dragon Ball Super at all. They get to watch Dragon Ball Super with better animation and something that's, you know, gonna respect the manga more and follow the manga more. I guess Super Saiyan God looks even amazing, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah,
this is convoluted. They should have just rebooted the whole Dragon Ball Z and started from start all the way up into Super, because they already know the ending of Z. The ending of Z is after Super.
Take forever though.
Yeah, that would take forever.
They've already reanimated.
Guess what? We would have crispy animation from start to finish.
See, but
Some of the old stuff was better than some of the new
I'm
stuff.
gonna hold it to you, Sammy. I actually love the original like animation for Dragon Ball Z. Like, I think that animation is still to this day holds really well.
I love it too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking like for the newer audience, like they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this is crazy."
Yeah,
like not everyone was introduced to Dragon Ball like we were when we were kids. Dragon Ball was a thing.
You can still watch the old one and get the story. And here's the difference: Super wasn't well animated. Dragon Ball Z was. Like, they were lazy with Super. That's just what it was. They were short staffed. They didn't really animate things the way they should.
It was very rough.
Yeah. Z had time to cook and action, because I watched, I watched the series all the way from Dragon Ball to Super, and Z actually, some of the animation in the 90s was better than some of the stuff in the 2010s, so it's kind of crazy, but yeah. So.
And then, you know, looking at this trailer, you can already tell in this trailer, look at how serious Beerus is compared to what he was in Super. Like, he already has like that aura, like, you know, like he stands on business right now.
Yeah, he might have got anime-fied, because I feel like they do that sometimes, where they do this fan service crap, and they make the characters like personalities all weird. I think because there was a show called like Terraformers, where there's like it's a show about like where some astronauts have basically powers like Spider-Man, like how Spider-Man kind of got bit by a spider and he has spider powers.
Yeah, actually,
like in
Terraformers.
Yeah, it's dope. Instead of just spiders, some of them have like bullet ant powers or like so on and so forth. But like the first season was so raw, so violent, and so good. But then the second season, they got anime-fied, and like all of a sudden they're like goofy, kind of like how
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. So if they can get, some get right for Beerus and have him, the way he's supposed to be, I'm all for it.
No, 100%. And then, even though like the leaks, there's only been confirmed that it's Beerus only, right? But the leaks say that they're going to continue after Beerus and go all the way through until they go to the Mara arc. So basically, what the leaks say is Super's being remade, and once they get to the ending of Tournament of Power, the Moro arc should be ready, and they're gonna just continue it off from there. So whenever Super ends up into the Tournament of Power is when the Moro arc is gonna come. And also with their trailer states, have it pause, Super begins. If they were only doing the Battle of the Gods arc, why would they put in the trailer Super begins, insinuating that this is the beginning of Super?
That's true.
And then
I think it'd be nice.
Fall 2026, guys. Fall 2026.
It'd be going neck and neck against Invincible season 4.
Invincible season 4. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so I think, I'm excited.
You don't like Invincible? Invincible's
I
kind of
gotta
like
watch
Dragon
it.
Ball.
I haven't watched it, so I have to watch it.
If you like Dragon Ball, you'll like Invincible.
Might as well just give it a try. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, with the Dragon Ball news, with more art coming, and then the remake, like, what are you guys' opinions on that?
If this means that the reanimated Super is going to mean that the moral arc is going to be well animated, and that's a W. I think that's what it really means, is that they're setting a new standard of animation for their show and what they want it to look like going forward.
Yeah, I agree with Caleb.
Yeah, I agree too. I think they're trying to right the wrongs of what Super was because it was a rush project, and they're trying to respect Toriyama's like vision of Super and be able to put that vision in anime form the way it was supposed to be originally.
That's a fact.
Also, with all of this being said, obviously, Toy Animation are the people who are, animating Dragon Ball. I'm always going to plug in World Trigger. Check out World Trigger. They are also getting reanimated as well alongside Dragon Ball Super. And so it's a very great show to watch. It has probably one of the best power systems in anime. Check out World Trigger as well as Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all the topics, man. Yeah, we made it. Yo, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, let's go.
Right, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. Obviously, we had to get on our soapbox about Speedstorm, but we're getting there.
I mean, it needed to come out and needed to be heard, and I'm sure a lot of the community agrees that the voices need to be heard. And if the podcast can help and Gameloft can see, the outcry of the whole community and, right their wrongs, I would love to be able to, try to influence that in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, sir.
Yep. We got 100 subscribers, 100 plus, I should say. So I definitely think we got some weight here. May not be a lot of motion, but we got some motion. Better than no motion.
You say you keep it 100?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate, we appreciate everyone that is tuned in today or anytime that they tuned in, all the subscribers, all the lurkers and the chatters and, the community. Because, without y'all, this podcast would not be a reality, You guys are a vital part to this, to the podcast because you guys are the community and, we like to hear your takes and whatnot and your opinions on these subjects as well. Because at the end of the day, we're all gamers and we all love entertainment. So, and we all, have different viewpoints for different things. We might not like something, somebody else might like it, So it's always nice to see the diversity and people's opinions on things, especially with our favorite games and all things entertainment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
All right. What's everybody's closing thoughts?
Hey, man. Great episode. We was lit today. I guess the next big game I'm looking forward to right now is Crimson Desert, man. Shout out.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be amazing. We'll have to maybe next week we'll watch that trailer. But it's so much good gameplay. I've been paying attention.
Fire.
It's
I can't.
And I've been following this game since 2020 as well.
What's crazy? The only reason I knew Crimson Desert is because the company that made Crimson Desert is working on like a Pokemon version of a game. It's called what's it called?
A Pokemon version?
That's crazy. The fact that you guys heard about Crimson Desert and you didn't hear about it from the one game you could have heard about it.
What?
No Kev.
Yes, bro. Black Desert, in terms of MMORPG,
that's where I heard
it's the best combat mechanics. So I already knew, hands down, this game in terms of combat was going to be lit.
Yeah, Dokev, which hasn't came out yet because they're focused on Crimson Desert, but when Dokev comes out, that's definitely going to change the game. But, so if, I'm going to get Crimson Desert, and I'm going to be like, all right, and see how it is. And if it's fire, then I already know Dokev is going to be fire as well. So.
Yes, sir. But, yeah, I mean, that's my finishing statement.
My finishing statements, what I'm saying? There's been some talk about, who's the best speedster, defender, brawler. What I'm saying? Maybe next week when we have a podcast, there's going to be some stream snipers in the top 3 positions. You know what I'm saying? So.
The race for number 1 starts Friday.
Hope you guys are ready.
Stream snipers down.
Stream sniper up.
Yeah, what you mean? We want to take over this top 10. What you mean?
I'll be watching.
Sir.
The Speedstorm is freaking back, y'all. Let's go. Love to see Caleb back.
Yes, sir. Yep.
You know, me and Nano will be watching y'all from the sidelines.
Yeah, man, we gonna be wishing for y'all.
We're gonna be up early Friday morning, 3 a.m. guys. I'm Reset. We are locked on Rainbow. Yeah, we all. When I say we trying to take this #1 spot,
I mean that's 1 a.m.
I'm going in early. I don't stream that late ever, so I'm expecting that shit to be dead as fuck because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. But hey, you know we're gonna do the race. You're gonna wake up to me, you know, with this race going crazy, sweating my ass off until we reach the pinnacle of the ring mode. On that note, did everybody already do their closing thoughts?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, then, we had a great podcast. Thank you, everybody that came through and chatted with us. We gave us our thoughts on the Golden Pass changes. You know, we talked about all things gaming that we really didn't get to talk about, but the Xbox leaks, Dragon Ball news, Super Mario Galaxy, Highguard, the Xbox showcase, the Xbox leaks. Sonic CrossWorlds, Marvel Rivals. There was a lot of information that we packed. I was so shocked that we did in 3 hours, to be honest. So GG's on that, y'all. Great podcast. I got a tier list video, guys. If you want to watch a tier list video for the Speedstorm, I do have it. I do have one that I made with Toxic, Absent, and Ferrari. So, if you want to know what rep racers are going to be meta and rank, we have our S tier that is pretty much what we think are the meta racers, to take in rank. But you can still cook with an A racer and a B rank racer if you know what you're doing. So just because somebody's not S tier doesn't mean you're not gonna be able to win with them. That's all I gotta say. But y'all can see me live on Friday. I don't know, Caleb, you going live too for rank mode when it goes live, or?
Yeah, I wish it was tonight because I was getting ready, but I guess I'll be able to see the season. I'll probably stay up a little bit just to see what the season's offering and whatnot. But I'm gonna definitely be going live, bro.
All right,
I'll probably be doing the AiAi Festival, streaming that until the rank becomes live, and then I'll switch over to Speedstorm and get it going.
Hey, let's go, yo! It's gonna be a sweat fest Friday, guys. All the sweatiest players in the game are gonna be going on this rank to odd thing. I know Wolf took off. I took off. Caleb's going to be on there. Toxic said he's going to be on. It's going to be a lot of the top players you see in competitive is going to be fighting for this, top spots in rank mode. So, it's going to be a fun-filled weekend, guys.
Make sure you swap POVs, because maybe you watching my race and you see Angel win a race and you look at his POV, and then maybe you watching his POV. Somebody else beats him, and then it's gonna be a lot of POVs going.
Exactly. And if you want a way to watch different POVs and support everybody at the same time, you can use the website that I use, multiwatch or something. I think it's multiwatch.net. I'll pull it up real quick. So you could do YouTube links, Twitch links, and it'll all count as a view because you're watching everybody at the same time on this multi. It's called multiwatch.net. That's what it's called. And you'll be able to pull up as many as you want. But I think if you want to watch everybody fairly, I think maybe 4. That way it's evenly distributed like I do with divisions. Anything more than that is kind of overkill, in my opinion. But then you're also being able to toggle chats within that window too. So you could go to Caleb's chat, talk to Caleb, go to my chat, talk to me, all in the same window. So you don't got to worry about going to different tabs.
Yup. So it's going to be, a test of skill, and I think a lot of people are going to find out which characters are actually meta and which ones aren't. So I'm excited to see that as well.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm excited, guys. New season is about to happen in an hour and like 40 minutes. Reset's going to happen. I might stay up, I might not. I might just, wake up in the morning and see what it's all about. But that is the podcast. Great podcast, everybody. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this content and you want to see more CrashOut, news with Speedstorm, any kart racer, anything in the gaming and entertainment industry, we are your go-to source for all rumors, leaks, and everything else, and including all the CrashOuts. Y'all like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified whenever we go live. And yo, we'll see you guys next Wednesday for another podcast, y'all. Welcome to the Crash Out.
What me miss? Same for still this. If you're never there, you feel this shit. What me miss? Yeah, you have to be there for this. Late night, let the room breathe. Talk stay calm, but they run deep. No rush for feeling. Hay momento que solo pasan si tú estás aquí. Stream cut shot, but the vibes there. Clips can't catch it the same way. Si tú sabes, you know all good. Next one stream, that's how you understood. Feeling that's timing. But me miss same for still is. Miss one night you feel this shit for me miss. Yeah, you have to be there for this. Crash out, water.